Gallery Studios. Tickets are now available on our official ticketing partner at /event.com. Don't miss any MPL PH action by following our official Facebook page and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Follow MPL PH on TikTok as well for more content. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the official accounts of MDL Philippines. To ensure the equality and fairness of our games, MPL Philippines is also monitored and supervised by the Games and Amusements Board.
Kailangan namin malaman kasi ang tema natin ngayon para sa tagumpay, para sa'yo, ano ba yung bagong goal mo ngayong season 13?
Ano po, siguro po mabit yung record ng Blacklist. Kaso pag natalo ngayon, wala na.
Sana mabit ang record ng Blacklist. Bakit nga ba importante para yun sa'yo?
Wala lang po, tagal na po kasi nandun. Tapos last season po, muntik na po eh.
Muntik na last season. Kailangan matupad yon. So that's your new goal for this season. Para naman si Sanji.
Manalo po sa, makapunta po sa MSC, tapos po manalo po ng MSC.
Makapunta sa MSC, manalo sa MSC. Bakit? Bakit ba importante yon? Ano bang gusto mong ma-achieve other than yung title ng championship?
Para po, kumpleto na yung international tournaments and makapagpatayo pa ng ibang home shop.
Makapagpatayo ng?
Computer shop.
Ng computer shop? Oh, that's a good goal. Para naman si Sanford, bagong goal.
Makapasok po ng MSC. Kasi nung last po kami nakapasok ng MSCs, natalo po kami. And ngayon parang gusto ko pong bumawi. Tsaka patunayan na kaya ko pa sumabay.
Gusto mo patunayan na kaya niyang sumabay, gusto niya ng bagong computer shop, at siya naman, matalo ang record ng Blacklist International. Ngayon, ang ating kasama na si Hans, he's with the other team right now, and I wonder what they have to say. Hans, pasok.
Mara, this time around, I am with ONIC Philippines, and kita mo dito, yung ilang tatlo mga bagong manlalaro, or should I say, just the two of them. Kelra, same question. Ano bang gusto mong ma-achieve this season?
Siyempre yung pinakaunang gusto ko ma-achieve yung top 1 sa regular season, upper bracket, tapos mag-champion ng MPL and MSC.
Okay.
Back to back.
Alright. So, champion ng MPL, MSC, and then top 1. Escalera, ano naman ang achievement na gusto mong makuha this season?
Makakapasok ng playoff si King Kong.
Makapasok ng playoffs. Alright. So that's for Escalera. King Kong, ano sa'yo?
MPL champion, MSC, top 1.
Okay. Bakit parang pare-parehas kayo ng...
Pareho ba?
Oh, halos pare-parehas kayo ng ano eh. Anong meron?
PLDC.
I guess connection nga talaga para sa kanila. Huwag na natin patagalin pa to. ONIC Philippines kontra sa Echo. Let's start it all off. Casters, pasok.
Welcome back to MPL Philippines Season 13. At your service, I'm OSX. I'm with Leo and Renmar, and it's us! Don't get mistaken. We are the We Bear Bros.
Oh, he finally said it! You didn't get to say it earlier!
It's my line, but just the same. I'm loving the vibes coming from ONIC, because again, compared to Echo, they are a wild card. We don't know what to expect from this superstar team, but King Kong is a vibe, dude.
He's just
there.
Sitting down, vibing with Escalera.
Sitting on Escalera's lap, I don't mind.
Took the words out of Keller's mouth. I just want this. That's what he said. Yeah, but
you know, it's a year of manifestations, and if you want to get something, just say it correctly. Let the year of the dragon hear you, and just completely say, I want this, manifest things. But right now, into the headline of this match. Wait. If I am to read the headline after a few seconds from now, can ONIC Super Team slow down Echo's path to wait, we just saw the super team back in season 9. That was Echo back there, and now this is ONIC super team, season 13.
All right, and since we are looking back, hindsight is 2020. The first time the Echo Super Team came out, they were not very successful. They suffered a first-round loss in the playoffs against Smart Omega.
Yeah. Very iconic moment there in the history of that league. The images of Echo, Martizi, then Yaoi at that time, 3 Martizi.
I missed him.
I miss him too. Just crying after their loss, of course. But then, of course, we know the run that they went on. And hear the words of Coach Tic Tac on what is the definition for MPL PH Season 13 for Echo is that they just really want to redeem themselves. They want to recover the age of Orca.
And that's exactly what he did in Season 10. That's what he did from the ashes of that Season 9 crumbling. He helped build up Echo with the help of Coach Trevor at the time, and that's what it is. It's their secondary stage of redemption now.
Yeah, it's all about the redemption. Whoa! I am going back to one of my favorite cartoons. Let's fold in. ONIC Super Team is in.
My dad used to watch this a lot. I never did though. I was way too young now to watch this.
Yeah, you know, my parents,
Are you sure?
My parents watched the live-action remake when it came out, and the first episode, hearing the theme song, they both cried because that was their childhood.
Oh wow!
All right, jokes aside,
I've been wanting to have that figurine by the
I
way.
actually had a CD that had the full soundtrack of said anime. Yeah. Voltus 5 in the same sound, like 4 different tracks. -1. Yeah, for those who don't know,
Instrumentals.
Voltus 5 was an anime from Japan that originally debuted in the 60s or the 70s.
1994, if I'm not mistaken.
In the Philippines.
In the Philippines.
It was from the 60s or 70s originally.
Oh, yeah.
And then the thing about them is they're little vehicles that combine to become a big robot.
I love Voltus 5 so much.
Yeah, so it's King Kong and Kelra acting as the Armstrong kids now for the ONIC machine. How perfect is that? ONIC had like this whole starship thing going with their trailer too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had the most sci-fi roster reveal we've ever seen. CGI, special effects, all that jazz.
The first, I think, in all of MPL trailer roster reveal trailer history.
Yeah, for the sci-fi theme, for sure.
Yeah, I love the effects. It's completely CGI because right now I just completely break down things from what Coach Tic Tac said. I mean, Echo was so close. They stumbled last season.
Top 3.
Yep. And now you mentioned at the very beginning of this broadcast, will the synergy of this super team of ONIC Philippines actually work? Because right now we're seeing seasoned players. We're seeing Kelra in yellow. And now how will each dynamic work? Who's going to be the shot caller? What's going to be the adjustment for this team?
Which is something very interesting to think about because King Kong, whenever he's a part of a team, it's a very King Kong-centric team.
Yeah.
Kelra, same thing. How is that going to work?
Yeah, that's the biggest question. Which lane, which part of the map
K?
are they going to focus to? Which K are they going to focus on? Are they going to help King Kong make sure he gets his resources, gets his jungle rotation down, or are they going to focus on making sure that Kelra gets his Snowball gets his resources as well? That's been the biggest question on the minds of people thinking about ONIC. Kelra and King Kong. Kelra was an undeniable star in Omega.
The gold
King
standard.
Kong, undeniable star in TNC Pro Team. How are you gonna make sure 2 undeniable stars form the new Guardians of the ONIC Galaxy?
Wow.
I knew you'd like that.
Yeah.
I did that so that
ONIC
you'd have a
Galaxy.
reaction.
Wow. I wish I could get that robot right now, but I am just excited for this team. I am just excited for this roster because right now, ONIC Philippines, let's see how this goes. But right now, let's call in our marshals who will officiate this match to ensure the fairness and integrity of our games. We have Patrick, Chico, Wilbert, and Jeff.
By the way, Jeff loves it when his partner calls him sugar. I wish I had someone like that.
The goal for the Orcas this season is clear to understand. get resounding victories, remind the world why their style resonated with everyone, and to restore the age of
Let's
Orca.
go.
Get loud and proud for Echo! Even before the season began, the label of Super Team hung over their heads. With veterans, hidden gems, and young star players, they are hungry to prove to us, the Philippines, and the world that it's time for ONIC Philippines! And our coaches, Coach Tic Tac and Coach Why Not. MPL Arena, welcome to the star match of Day 2! Magingay naman kayo dyan!
Let's talk about Echo. Again, they changed very little. If anything, it's the same 5 men who almost broke Blacklist International's win streak record last season, stopping at 11. Check it out. It's Benny Cutie, Carl Dizzy, Sanji, Sanford, and JP. I'm looking forward to how they're going to redefine what it means to be the house of highlights, what it means to go fast on the Echo Express, which, by the way, they actually literally have now.
Yeah, they have a bus. ONIC Philippines had a bunch of spaceships. Kelra, King Kong, Super Prince Gem, and Escalera. Kelra and King Kong, there's a lot of focus on them, and we will talk about them a lot in this series. So I want to put my focus onto Super Prince, Gem, and Escalera. How will the 3 of you gel together to make sure that your 2 stars will shine so that they can help you look like stars as well?
Okay, I love what you said. Gel together. How will they actually work? Kelra, I recall Carl TZ, Benny Cutie, King Kong, Kelra matchup. How is this gonna work? Because if we're looking at on paper, well, ONIC Philippine star players are actually strong. But we've been discussing how will the dynamic work. They have good merch, by the way. I just noticed.
Both teams are on fire.
Echo, like Grand Prix, Formula One fields,
Yeah,
and they have
love
a
it.
bus outside.
They have a bus.
They've redefined the game once more. They actually started the whole varsity jacket
Oh
thing.
yeah, M4,
And now
M4.
they're a step ahead once more.
Yeah.
You were saying.
And also, I love ONIC's jacket as well. They're rocking good merchandise. I've been waiting. So now going back to the match here, how is this matchup gonna be in par with this? Seasoned players. It's a test of dynamic. It's a test of limit. But with Carl TZ, he didn't want to go ahead and, hey, we need to get this win first right away in the season. We don't want this being another stumble.
Is that just me, or is that the vibe I'm getting from Carl TZ? It's all business. It's all, you're but 1 game out of the 13, 14 we're going to play all season, and we know how to get there. We have been there. We've become world champions. I'm afraid that we might be putting too much on ONIC's shoulders, especially Kelra and King Kong.
Gentlemen, here comes the Infinix keys to victory, and I would want to see Echo challenge ONIC's chemistry. We asked the question for ONIC, who will you focus on helping? Your jungler King Kong or your gold laner Kelra? Echo has been known to play a very smothering play style of MLBB, do that against ONIC. And for ONIC, show us what the super team is made of. Answer our questions of who you're gonna help and how you're gonna play together in a lineup that has a lot of potential. Show the world what this super team could potentially be, and watch out for flex picks for both. One of the ways that you can play around a team with a lot of stars, a team with a lot of, how do I say this, potential to just snowball and play a dominating style of MLBB is to play flex and surprise in the draft.
Flex, test of chemistry, a lot of things that actually could show in that Infinix keys to victory, because from this, how will they even go up against the GOAT, Carl Tizzy, this time? Because he means business. And they don't want that frustration again of having that loss on day number 1. But this, for the ONIC side of things, they have things to prove as well. So they don't want to miss a shot. But I'm guessing this games could actually heat up until the 3rd. I am not sure, but depends. It's a test.
You can just say that you want to see it go to 3 games, and I think we all do.
Yeah.
And again, it's not like it hurts. One team gets 1 point and the other gets 3, and we all get a show.
That's all we want. That's all we're asking for here right now. A show.
It's not too much.
Like it's not. It's not too much.
Yeah. We just came in from game 3, so we expect more in this. Again, from season 9, I have seen long games with Echo and ONIC. That was when Coach Yeb was there, Dilar was there, and so much heated up things happened back then.
That's a different time, by the way. Quick flashback to the moment that Francis here is talking about. It was that night that Echo was on a roll. They were on a win streak, and it was ONIC with Baloyski at the lead then, stopping said streak. That was a very different time in the metagame. But right now, right here, again, I'm gonna side on caution because again, in my read of the preseason rosters, I put ONIC in a tier of their own, in a I don't know exactly question mark type of tier. It's because again, we've been burned by the whole superstar team situation. Lower my expectations and allow for them to do their thing.
Yeah.
Let them cook.
Just open the curtain slowly.
Yeah, Chef Rapidu, not in the lineup, but still, let ONIC cook.
And yeah, it's
Let them cook.
He's full on committed to becoming a roamer.
Yeah.
And an aggressive style roamer at that, from what I remember how Escalera played.
Amazing grok.
An amazing grok. Maybe he's gonna be the... Actually, no, it is actually gonna fall on his shoulders to let King Kong and Kelvin show this aggressive roaming style.
Yeah, that's the first question you gotta answer. Besides who it is, jungler or gold laner, what's Escalera gonna do?
Oh, what are they gonna do in game number 1's draft? Now we're seeing Echo on blue and we're seeing ONIC Philippines on red. We have the bans already being showed up on our screens. The Var is the first choice here for Echo.
They want to play with Vision, and again, up against a roamer like Escalera, Vision will greatly help. So ONIC will go ahead and take away a signature pickup for Carl Tizzy in the Fredrin, and it's something Echo is very comfortable playing with, and they take away a signature pick and a strong meta pick from Benny Cutie with the carry. Inversely now, Echo go for the Arlot and the Baksha. So we're seeing a still very, how do I call this, conservative approach to the metagame from what we've seen and what we know are the tendencies right now.
Quick picks, by the way.
Already, just addressing the elephant in the room. Kelra King Kong, draft Kelra King Kong.
Yeah. Go ahead, pick up for your stars immediately. I think right now, they answered the question in the draft. They went ahead and picked for both of their stars, and now they go for a pick, signature for Hidden Gem. Xborg was one of the picks that he shined with last season when he made a name for himself in MPL Philippines.
Yep.
And now he's getting it, and we saw what an Xborg did in the previous game.
In addition to the Riz, which by the way has been slowly been relegated to the B tier of XP laners.
Sure.
I'm happy to see that, hey, you guys are forgetting about me. I'm the Hidden Gem.
It is his IGN for a reason. So Xborg.
Gem, by the way, not Hidden Gem.
Not Hidden Gem.
Yeah. It's Gem.
Hidden Gems from us. We told that to him, and he just laughed at us, and thank you, boss.
XP Lane, IGN. Yeah, creative names as well. So going back to the bands, since there's no core or no roamer yet for Echo, so they ban out the Angela. It's been a threat from every point in the game, and even from our ranked games. It's been a hell of a great advantage with assassin picks. That's the
right
presence of Carl Tizzy.
Yeah, that's the right word, Francis. Threat, because it has never been picked just quite yet.
Yeah.
Right? We've never seen it do anything, but the fact that teams still ban it out, teams still play around it, means we have to watch out. There's the pack banned out, that's a Sanford signature.
Oh, yeah, taking out the Paquito, and as well as the Faramis. Well, with no threats in the mid lane, the Burster or the Poke yet. Valentina's still up though, but yeah, they just completely take it. Nana back again onto this game from match or series 1. Now we see her again.
Yeah, Nana and Xborg actually a great combination. And then it's a Super Friend special. Back in MPL Philippines Season 10, the last time Nana was played was actually by Super Friends. It was a little stat that showed up earlier in the first series for those who were tuning in. Now for Echo, are they going to go for that Echo Express playstyle of that pick off for surprise? JP has shown that he can play Arlot Roam, and it is still an option. This doesn't necessarily mean it's an EXP lane Arlot. Baksha, most likely jungle. Gold lane for Benny Cutie. What are they gonna go for here?
You keep looking for the Claude, bro.
Yeah, I really want to see the
Yeah,
Claude now.
I really want to see it too because
Finally!
yes,
Woo! Thank you, Benny.
Nice, Benny.
Benny's got you.
We're gonna get picked
Benny,
someday.
oh, okay.
Oh, and it's
Benedetta on the XP. Matchup against X-Borg. Things are looking good, I say, for Echo.
yeah.
But how will that blend with the early game, though?
Well, I mean, in terms of the lane pressure, it's clearly going to be Sanford being able to get out of lane first. So the approach for Echo, it looks like it's out of the XP lane, out of quick rotations from mid, pressure the jungle.
Yeah, that's one thing that Benedetta has over the X-Borg in spades, rotational speed.
Yeah.
She can just jump through walls, pressure, where the X-Borg is still catching his breath,
Yeah.
recovering his Faraga armor. So there's that dynamic, definitely. What's Escalera to pick here? What's Season 9 Rookie of the Season to pick?
Grok.
Grok?
Probably not.
Rocks.
He might go,
No, that's Baksha.
weird and go Kufra, but I like Grok. That's not a Grok.
Oh, wait. So what's the...
Gwyn
Yeah, no,
Roam.
it's a roam Gwyn. Yeah.
Okay.
Even with a shorter range. Interesting.
Okay. So there's so much in and out. There's so much advantage for setups or even a great amount of peel for the lineup of ONIC Philippines. For the hold and front line of Echo.
Wait, does this
How
not
is
make
this?
it a better roamer? Because you can afford to pick up Flicker to
yeah.
course correct and disengage. I like it. It's a good concept.
Okay,
I'm
let's
understanding
go.
the idea around it. However, but in terms of... I feel like I would have preferred the Grok because you needed that instant crowd control to just disrupt
And
some of the
King
dives
Kong
of Echo.
combo.
Yeah. Unconditional.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Guinevere, on the other hand, it's going to assume that they're going to be the one step ahead and setting things up. If Echo start diving on them, it's going to be then up to the Nana to actually dish out the control to set it up for the Guinevere. So let's see if that'll actually work.
Yeah, Gwyn is miserable on the defense.
Yeah. Good in the offense.
Okay, let's see how this series goes. It's Echo
Hello, bro.
versus
Hello, bro.
ONIC
Can you hear me?
Philippines on their first match of the season. Let's see how this goes. Looking back on our predictions or even dynamic
Hello, bro.
check on the draft.
Your mother, hello.
Carl Teasy on this box share.
Can
We
you
have
hear me?
King Kong on the Frederick.
I've missed the drums,
Hello,
I'll be
hello,
honest.
hello.
JP getting a fair bit of damage there. So that might actually be one of the things that we can think about in terms of having two magic damage dealers as your roam and your mid. You can actually poke down JP to make sure that he wouldn't be in a position to be the ones to initiate. Looking at the emblems, so that Master Assassin for Benny Cutie. So he actually wants to be able to beat Kelra in lane, and that makes sense because again of the adjustments to the emblem preferences of the carry where you want to build it fighter, brave smite. So the Master Assassin makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and also to think that the damage of Echo and ONIC that needs to be addressed from maybe entering on mid to late game, I think that matters
Where's the
if you're
second
a
voice
Claude
coming
and a
from?
carry. Who steps on the gas first? Who actually
Thank you, bro.
rides their
Thank you.
spaceship ahead of time? Because if damage is concerned here, they would need a lot of way to actually take down a lot in team fights.
I just have this mental image now of like ONIC having a spaceship and the Echo
I think
Express
there's,
actually being more close to being the magic school bus.
There's an egg.
Oh,
or
like
something
Sky High, you mean?
On the background.
I wasn't thinking of Sky.
That's a
You
deep
know
cut.
the actual Magic School Bus Kids show?
That's a deep cut.
I did.
I only know
I
Pen Patrol. Anyways,
Paw Patrol?
Paw Patrol, there you go.
What?
I never
That's
really
your
paid attention in
childhood?
school. All right, 10 seconds to the turtle here. Huge presence by ONIC. They're looking to dive on to the Apex Predator, who's become prey this time around. 2 minutes
There's
in.
an echo on the
ONIC
background.
100 gold up.
hear that?
They're trying to bait out something from the Sansan duo as they miss the fact that it's Carl Deasy first to the scene.
Okay.
Whoa!
Sanford though.
40. It's knocked up. Here comes Carl Deasy. Vision on the 3. Astral Echoes thrown out already.
shit.
King Kong very low. First blood drawn by
Transport.
40. Never count him out. And just like that, Echo were a man up.
A great response and engage from the Orcas. Escalera is dropping down low though. There's no way to approach this, and Echo completely secures the first objective of the game.
And it really looks like Echo actually baited ONIC into that. ONIC thought, hey, this looks really good. Echo said, no, it doesn't. We still have a Petrify for Sanford. So it's a good re-engage and a call there. Saw there actually Carl Tinsley, who, fun fact, actually is one of the most vocal people on Echo. And he's usually a shot calling type.
Oh,
So that was probably Carl Tinsley's call.
yeah, and also I think it was King Kong who peaked first and actually missed to hit that skill right onto
Who you got, bro? Who you got?
Crowd control, yeah.
Crowd control, yeah. So they
Echo
kind of,
ONIC.
the damage.
yeah, they kind of felt like someone was into the bush. It was two waiting, so it was a great call from Echo, and completely this is starting clean in the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game.
Yep, ONIC definitely have to go into recovery mode this time around. And I hate to say it, speak of the devil, this is a Guinevere on the defense. But I'd like to think it's not all over just yet. Just about 600, 700 gold ahead Echo is. This means right now that since Escalera has his ult, he can actually set up for a better team fight. Second turtle, they're already waiting just under a minute left.
This is a damage type Gwyn on the roam actually. Lethal Ignition, and then the lead up to the Genius one is his first
Yeah.
item.
Let's see how they're gonna make it happen.
Oh, shit.
Goes up into the air. Baksha does.
my
Call
God.
easy. Knocked out 4 men from ONIC. All it took to take down the
What
two-time
is
world
JP
champion.
doing?
Yeah, we're actually talking about how the damage will work. Well, Cartesi was actually having a great amount
Go on,
of crowd
JP,
control
don't-
and an early burst from those two combos. So a bit of a way to slow him down, but we still have time. But look at this, just pokes from King Kong and JP.
We're not done. I mean, it came at a very small price for JP to check that bush.
Nice,
and
Benny.
make ONIC think twice about actually jockeying for position. Again, just a quarter minute left until the second turtle.
Right, see here the relationship between the Benedetta and X-Borg in lane can be quite dead. With two experienced MPL Philippines professionals, that's quite close to a dead lane. So it's going to be up to a rotation from their teammates to help them out. But then, of course, as usual, Benedetta's the first one usually out of the lane.
Well, speaking
Nice
of
one,
the Benny, he
Benny.
has now the Hunter Strike
Let's go.
present.
Let's go.
Oh,
Look at
Oh,
the
shit.
smash from Daddy JP. Knocking
Nice one,
out
JP.
Escalera. Already, once again, it's deja vu as ONIC is a man down and King Kong says, abort, abort. This is not a turtle we can take as Carl Teasy and the gang
Nice one, JP.
once again score a big objective.
Wow, Echo made that look so easy. Calculated with their pickoff there onto Escalera. And the moment they saw that down, they said, let's take him out. Gets a turtle. King Kong, we'll go back.
Okay, Appraiser's Wrath has been used as well.
Can
so
ONIC-
Echo completely
Can ONIC win?
having a great clean start here. 5
Double
minutes in the
K
game.
combo?
They have
King
set up so much for ONIC to answer, even for just objective taking. And to think that they wanted to trap them in the most complicated ways, I think the delay is one of the priority of Carl Teasy. He's up against one level 9 against a late.
Which I think is now defining their new playstyle. I'm thinking of a moniker. I'm thinking of how to coin it.
shit.
But right now, Carl Teasy catches one. It's Escalera in trouble. Flickers
What
on out
the
of that
fuck?
Lord Pit. And now Carl Teasy might go down
Kelra.
here. Kelra not enough
Nice
damage.
one.
Put on to the box. Walks away with the puissance. Now JP in trouble. Oh, dodges with a vengeance and gets taken down like Escalera.
Nice one,
Oh, and
Benny.
now the trade. Oh, the storm's not done. Where are you going? PMI off cooldown. King Kong survives.
He lives and he goes back to base. A great amount of response. How is that looking, Renmar?
It's starting to look like a slow war of attrition right now as Echo getting very small wins. ONIC getting wins here and there, but ultimately it's Echo walking away with a bigger victory. BennyQT and Kelra are still quite neck and neck in player gold. 6 minutes into the game
BennyQT
though,
is still
we've
good,
got
huh?
500 balloons past 1-5. That means BennyQT one lane.
Well, that gold advantage, if you're a Claude, you would need that gold, you would need that items to actually show up. Carl Teasy on his items as well. So this is a complete way to answer most of the damage threat that ONIC has. It's all about sustain. You have the utility from Carl Teasy. All he needs is to beef up and be tanky. And answer and probably delay Kelra because right now the focus of Echo Express is on to go late, pressure Kelra most of the time.
And how unfortunate it is for ONIC that it's that same lane where the turtle spawns. Here we go. Carl Teasy and the gang already onto it. Not even a chance for
Hello,
ONIC to
Keju.
contest just like that, 3 for
Let's go,
3,
Echo.
all for
Hello,
Echo.
June, what's up?
And just way too fast. We're actually seeing
How
here
are
the
you, bro?
difference in the principles of the two side lanes. So Echo has two side lanes that can make plays on themselves. They can literally play alone. ONIC though, their side lanes are stronger with someone.
Can you hear
or
me,
as
guys?
a
Can you hear
team.
me?
So that's why we see right now Echo have a little bit more freedom to just have fun around the map, because their side lanes can just go around on their own and be left alone.
Which I think defines this new Echo Express.
Yeah.
I'd like to say it's a drive-by approach. They always just walk through lanes, see what's there, take it, and then move on to the next. It's, again, choking on it. It's what allowed for them to go up to close to 4,000 ahead, under 8 minutes. And now look, BLCK takes tier 2.
Oh, and the TPs are up for Sanji. I love what he pointed out there. Just the right amount of confidence.
Hello.
And how's the items going with this kind of gold lead?
Well, from 6 minutes 500 to 8 minutes
No, bro.
1,300 and climbing is the goal difference between the Claude and the carry. BLCK 1 lane, Echo got activated first. And because of the adjustments, Escalera.
Oh, I like it. The rope-a-dope, they used Prince as bait to try and get a reaction from Sanji. But Sanji uses Purify. They're all the worse for wear here. I'd like to think it's Echo who's actually playing it, because look, the distraction play, Sanford able to push.
And again, goes back to the point of they have side laners who can just do whatever the heck they want alone, even because they have great abilities to escape from danger. And Sanji just landing those Star Shatters. A point I wanted to make here about BLCK, by the way, is itemization. Corrosion Scythe into DHS. Because of the recent changes to attack speed, honestly, with just those two items, you're already happy as a Claude. That's your go signal to fight. With a Golden Staff, that's your signal that I'm already in my late game-ish build.
Oh,
It's a trinity.
It's a trinity.
it's a trinity present at this stage of the game. It's not even 10 minutes, but Echo is in a complete express on their damage items, and they're ready to fight.
All right.
Oh, look at
Lord
this.
spawned, 9 minutes in. Super Prince sent home. Again, luckily his passive hasn't been popped, and all of Echo's members circle around. Escalera forced to dash out. JP keeping guard. Gem dropping fire missiles. King Kong trying to get a bead onto that Lethal Wonder. Astral Echo's thrown out already. Gem gets his Fyraga armor popped. Lord here out of 5th of 10. Escalera coming in with a jump and the full-on combo. The blast. Sanji has fallen. Still no trade. Escalera very low. Now look at that Lord. Carl D. Pretty secure. Escalera taken down. King Kong steal. Gem's taken down. King Kong steals. Double kill for the Storm though. And right now they are reeling. ONIC forced to retreat underneath the tier 2. And King Kong lives. Long live the king.
And he sits down as he recalls back to the base the commitment of Carl
Oh,
TZ
shit.
on low HP. He was willing to take that risk.
King Kong proving
Echo
to
is
us
doing
why
it.
he was the standout player of TNC Pro Team last season, and why now he is here touted as one of the star players of ONIC. One man, one mission, and now ONIC have found a turnaround,
still
but they
one of
are
the
still
strongest,
behind.
bro.
5K in gold.
Wow, completely
stream, guys.
ONIC getting these small
like the
wins
stream.
against Echo's momentum early game. Slowly breaking and clearing up lanes. Wow.
All right.
This is now the matchup that we're expecting to happen.
It's not over till it's over, man. ONIC found the window, and for the first time in this almost 11-minute game, they're the actual
Echo
threat.
5 lead gold.
I mean, it took them a
5
while.
gold lead.
Again, there was a lot of
ONIC got the
feints,
Lord.
and it's not like it came for free, this Lord
That's why
steal.
they,
but just the same,
they will say- they
that
were
means there's
able to
hope.
push them
And mind you, Keller only died once.
Yep.
It's not great, but it means that he can still get there.
Yeah, and Keller actually, interestingly enough, yesterday we saw a variation of this fighter tanky carry with full damage items. Now Keller is still utilizing the hybrid type of carry, first building the Thunderbelt and then going into the next items more on damage.
Of course,
then at the same time,
Thunderbelt.
for the side of
Sanji
Echo,
carry is,
again, one of the reasons why
much
Sanji
better.
got quickly taken out there was, again, the combination of the Guinevere
Hintayin nyo
that's
si Benny
built
dyan.
for damage.
Just
If that
wait
was
for
a
Benny.
different build for Guinevere, maybe it could have gotten away. But Super Prince and Escalera right now, if they want to continue this trend, they need to be able to work well together even more.
They're trying
love
to do
it.
it again. They're trying to do it again. Escalera
Yeah,
flop though. They're backing
Gem.
off. That's the
King
Astral
Kong.
Echoes on almost everyone. They know where they all are. King Kong here, getting jumped on.
Yeah.
Oh, the last enemy.
Yeah,
Taking down
that's
County. You look at the back line. Sanford
That's
looking for a kill.
expedition,
King Kong very low. Benny Cutie.
Nice, okay.
Blazing to it on the 2. Kelra take down Sanford. Down with Escalera. Kelra. Live. Friends takes down JP. The gold standard lives. 3 for 2 trade. ONIC comes out on top, but at the cost of the mid lane tier 1.
Kelra getting away. That looked like everything. Spell that from the fighter emblem, the brave smite, that. Again, this is why Kelra on this carry, hybrid type of build, the survivability, and actually a good way to understand as to why you go down this route. Sanji was looking for Kelra in the initial start of that team fight. He got out a really good Star Shatter, but Kelra barely took any damage from it. So now Echo have to watch out. Kelra is online. The members of ONIC, as this game will go on, will get even more deadly with their Nana and Guinevere combo. They need to be sharper right now with their execution.
ONIC Philippines
I like Echo to
showing
win, rather.
their strength
I like
and
Echo to
power in team
ONIC.
fights against Echo. Every objective matters.
Because
But there's a call. We heard a conceal here.
Where's it coming from? Escalera
Escalera.
finds Sanji with the knockoff, with the full combo. Super Prince popping him. Escalera taking out though. Benny Cutie still here. Gem pops his Faraga armor. It's a man down, both sides. Lord here underneath half health. King Kong keeping the dance up. Crumping, styling, popping and locking. Carl Teasy ready to go at full health. Lord here at a 10th of its health. Retribution still online for both. Star junglers. It's a soft reset. Who's gonna let go? Who's gonna keep it in? King Kong making sure it doesn't go fully back up. And just like that, the dance continues. Lord goes back in his pit. When are you gonna kill me?
The challenge
Go
now
Benny
with just the
Cutie.
distance of how the Lord gave away.
Oh, another pop on the
Firaga armor down.
Echo gets a small advantage. Again, this is how far as it gets for these new age Lords dances. And Carl
Oh,
he's
he's
up
not
on the
on
one. The Apex Predator finds one in the back. Down
Nice
goes
one,
the
Benny.
gem finally. And again, Kelra takes down JP, but Benny Cutie pops a last minute blazing duet. And down goes King Kong. 1 for 3. Echo clapping back, making a beeline for this Lord. Score for the Orcas.
Benny's
What
so
a beautiful
good.
entry by the Storm. Benny Cutie found Kelra at the right moment.
Yeah, I thought for a second that Kelra would survive because he
Benny
ate up
Cutie
the
versus
most
Benny
of
Cutie.
that blazing duet without a problem. But eventually at that point, ONIC had already lost the team fight. Echo, in a snap just like that, we thought the back and forth, the seesaw would go on for just a little bit longer, but they found an opening. Again, it looked like Echo were looking for one condition, the Faraga armor and the positioning of that X-Borg. As we look back at the replay brought to us by Infinix, Sanford coming in with the gank as well was just a cherry on top of the cake. And though Escalera was just there, Echo had already won the team fight.
How did Kelra survive that? Like, in a great amount of seconds, he's
Because
still
it's the
live.
gold standard, that's
Yeah,
why.
Escalera and even Super Friends can't even go in distance to even save him. He was just up front, and they can't commit for another 2 or 3 deaths.
Is it a combination of Spell Vamp and the Brave Smite?
Win in nature too.
All right, that makes sense. And again, he's only really scared of Sanji. Gem here committing the last insanity, trying to pop this wave, get rid of this Lord, scored by Echo, and they're gonna save their
Expert is
base,
annoying
but
as
not
well.
their bottom lane and top lane inhibitors. And now mid is going to fall as well, tier 2. They have but 1 turret standing.
603
Heck
on Benny
no.
Cutie.
That's a storm.
9K
for you.
gold
Yep.
lead.
That's signal number 6.
Does it
Damage.
go that high?
I don't know. Maybe for him.
I don't know.
I don't know.
anything
Just
about
basically
this.
the numbers.
All right.
Oh, 6.
Let's
Oh,
go
and
for
3.
that. Signal number 6. Okay. Looking at the items. You see there actually. A lot of sources of damage on the side of Echo. They're still going for a relatively hybrid, but that is a damage Benedetta route for them. So, which is why ONIC, even though with their tight formation and their, well, majority of their lineup is very cooldown based, because of the distribution of damage on the side of Echo, it seems like for longer team fight, Echo is happier.
And also, the way of getting vision actually really works because again, Kelra can't miss. Most kills in a game last season with 17 kills.
Yeah, well, it was still playing for Smart Omega.
It was a different color back then.
I think
But
this
going back
this
to the
game
point
will
of
be
why
a
you
hard
actually
game
open
for
up
Echo.
Sanji's
Because
vision checks against
ONIC
ONIC.
has a
I'm
good
seeing now
clear.
the struggle of this
X-Borg and
Guinevere Rome. They're really
can clear
hungry for
fast.
the objectives that they want to give to King Kong, but they can't even leave the base.
Yeah, definitely hungry was the vision for the side of ONIC. And again, at some point it will fall off as it goes on. Even though the damage sounds really good, you're really just there to pick off.
And more often than not, Escalera becomes EP. He's always down first. 1-5 already in the 17-minute bout. So almost half of Echo's kills are on Escalera alone. So it's very difficult what this Guinevere is doing.
Yeah. And it wasn't like earlier because of the lead now. Gem isn't at the point where he can do what Nibor did in the previous game. King Kong isn't at that point where he can really hold down long enough. At this point, Benny Cutie will just absolutely tear through their health real quick.
Yeah, they're through the Lord as well, just having a great amount of lifesteal and regen. And they're pulling ONIC Philippines in. But look at the position of Escalera. He's trying to do something here.
That's right. This is a free flank. It's Sanford checking that bush. They still don't know how far and how deep Escalera can go. Lord here. And half Escalera coming in, jumping up, knocking up Sanford, pops his immortality. And look at this. Echo just as quickly collapsing onto him. You're not trapped in here with me. You're trapped in here with us. That's not how the line goes, but still no kills. Gem forced to retreat. Everyone's still up. No casualties just yet. And just the same, Echo pushing the advantage, leaving a wave up top for ONIC to deal with. And they're back at it at the Lord.
So much resources and ultimates used. Echo completely getting another objective for themselves out. That really hurts. But no contest at all. Carl TZ completely secures another objective for Echo.
Wow, great decision there by Echo to fight it like that, even though Sanford was the one caught out there. Unfortunate for ONIC, actually. Could have been a good pick-off for them to start off a good sequence. But I don't think ONIC saw, up until Carl Tizzi went out of the shrub, that he was in that one shrub up top there, where he's close to right now. That's what the call was supposed to be, a flank around that Lord. But then come team fight time, that just became Carl Tizzi free to dive Kelra, meaning Kelra couldn't help join and deal enough damage.
Yep, it's a miracle that nobody from ONIC died.
Yeah.
And again, just the fact that Echo are sitting at a 7K, 8K gold lead, watching that team fight now in hindsight, as it replays in my mind, it looks like Echo time walked ONIC. It's like every decision that ONIC made, Echo had the trump card for it. And now, deep inside their own base, ONIC is trapped. No more flanks from Escalera, no more sneaky plays, and they have to play fair. Up front, defend from this Lord, defend from the waves. Carl Easy gets in with a conceal. Escalera popped like that. Benny Cutie gets another kill. And down these waves go down, these members of ONIC. And just like that, they got overwhelmed. The Orcas take game 1.
That's the first lap finished by the Echo Express. At such point, that was still, we're looking at ONIC Philippines looking away for a bounce back, but that clean approach that Echo Philippines did, even without us knowing that they have full control of the game.
Echo Express buses are known to have very clean insides and very clean performances as well. That's exactly what that was. It wasn't perfect to say, but they look cleaner relative to ONIC. Though you understand the decisions they were trying to make, again, with the side lanes just having a bit more freedom.
Don't worry guys, next time
around the map. Benny Cutie didn't die that game.
I have my camera on as well.
I'd like to think
I just need to buy a good camera.
Because of Benny's performance, that the little slip-ups did not really come to surface as much. It's because, okay, all right, you guys got caught once. Again, Sanjay, I remember getting caught out. But that's because it bought time for Benny to do something else elsewhere.
Yeah, and they actually have this calculated risk against ONIC Philippines lineup. They know how it could be deadly early game. We saw how Carl TZ took a lot of hits on just being in the bushes of ONIC Philippines. So now, this is what the lineup was actually struggling. Is there any way to actually fix that? Because even in the later stage of the game, they were struggling on how to make things work with the dynamic.
Yeah, again, I'm gonna echo what Reptar said earlier. That Escalera Guinevere could have been a grok. Could have been something else that confirms CCs or fights much simpler, much better. Is because something tells me this Rome Guinevere was something they were trying in scrims as a burst, and it worked much better.
Yeah, and I feel like there is a universe where that could have worked, but against a team like Echo and against an M4 Grand Finals MVP like Benny Cutie is going to be so difficult. 7-0-3 in KDA. And again, Master Assassin, but Brave Smite, actually. Benny Cutie, if I'm not mistaken, last season, he was one of the few marksmen that liked to use Brave Smite as the emblem. But his positioning and his entry, the timing of BenQt going in was big for Echo. And we have to return to the point that I really want to push here, the drafting identity of Echo going for a Benedetta EXP lane built for damage and then a Claude gold lane. Those are two laners who you can leave on your own. That's why we're known to see Claudes be the ones to split push and then just eventually to just join and fight sometimes. The Benedetta, we know what a Benedetta brings to the table. Compare that to a carry in an X-Borg, where
they're good, but
we
they're
saw in the
not as
previous
good
game
as
that X-Borg can make plays on his own, but Echo played in such a way that it wouldn't get to that point. And if it's not
Still
at that
Echo
point,
wins.
it means that you have two side lanes that are gonna have to require help. To add to that, you have a rotational
The double
mid
K
that is
combo
quite
seems
aggressive,
good,
great for pick-off type.
Still, the
You have a
GOAT.
Guinevere
They're
and
up
the
against
MINANA.
GOAT.
It means then the resources of ONIC will be
They're
split.
up against
Where
the
do we
GOAT.
go? And again, that's the main question for ONIC in this superstar laden lineup with the addition of King Kong, with the addition of Kelra.
It's like the stream,
The
guys.
quote-unquote
Thank you.
super team going into this. How do you balance that? Drafting like this means it's difficult to balance. Echo, on the other hand, with the experience they have as world champions, again, having two side lanes free to do anything they want, means they have more room to be able to do other things around the map. You don't necessarily always have to go to the side. You can play more around the jungle, play more around river control. And Sanji on this Navaria greatly added to that help alongside his rotations with JP. The vision being provided by the Navaria, the damage Sanji was dealing before the fight even started, hurt. And that meant that ONIC couldn't get into position at times. Remember, Escalera, Rome Guinevere built to deal damage. If you take damage from a full-on Star Shatter, it's gonna hurt way more and actually force you to send yourself back compared to if you were a Guinevere that was built to tank damage, not deal it. JP, great wingman in this game with 9 total assists. Some of the plays that he just dished out here with the Arlot meshing out with the other members of Echo as well. And Sanji, the damage he dealt, stopping ONIC before they could even get into position. Gentlemen, what do you guys think?
Echo, Express. Now, just going back on how that match went, it was a good way it was a good start for Benny to actually start the storm against ONIC. But for this kind of team fight, ONIC Philippines had the punch to actually take it to a later stage of the game. But the problem there was the damage wasn't even enough for Kelra to actually make against BenQt. And most of the times that they were relying on the damage. And Super Friends and Escaleras, at some points, they were too far to do a counter play. So there were some struggles in getting into position for disengage and re-engage.
Francis, I'm of the opinion that the damage just really even couldn't come through because they did not get the opportunity to do so. The movements on the map, the threats that Echo were presenting, just always put the players of ONIC in an odd position.
Well, speaking of position, now we would like to thank our official sponsor, Smart. Huge shout outs to you for being with us for MPL Philippines Season 13.
That's right, be part of the digital transformation in the world of connectivity. Say hello to convenience, flexibility, and local connectivity with the Smart prepaid eSIM.
You see that little QR code there? Look at it. Actually, no, don't just look at it. Scan it. Now available for digital delivery through the Smart Online Store for only 99 pesos. Scan to buy your eSIM now.
You have an eSIM?
I do.
All right, good.
Wait, why does he just have that movie moment of like, you know those things in movies or it's like those really sweet things where the main characters just be like, oh, this is nice. Why did you just have that just now, OSX?
Well, I don't know. This feels
You're
really
trying
good.
you're trying something? Did it do it with me or with you?
Yeah, he just did it.
Yeah, for the three of us, it works. We need
I
to
didn't
have
feel anything.
Really? Yeah, you were looking at the screen though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You, for a moment, you did that thing what like a 50 or 60-year-old man or woman would do on their porch as they watch their grandkids. Just like trying to relive like, oh, this is what my life has been? This is great.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, it's a good way to reflect things even on the desk. So I want to see that the friendship is just completely just showing. We've been here for quite a while now, so I'm just appreciating you guys.
My therapist says I'm emotionally dyslexic, so maybe I missed the cue. I was just zoned in on the game, man. I'm still trying to figure out what ONIC can do. It's because something tells me there's a part of this roster that tried what Omega tried early in the series prior. They tried to outsmart themselves.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Even I am lost for words because they were a bit overthinking how to place their right skills because they were holding it for even the longest times, even in team fights.
Yeah, again, the lineup of Echo fares better in much longer team fights. ONIC, not so much. They're a pick-off, one-and-done type. Similar to the Echo of old, when they were very pick-off centric.
Yeah, much better on the turn. So you can't do that on a team that already came from there.
Oh yeah, they need to have a bit of a change on how they want to force this to a game number 3 because
Can't be the master.
Yep, it's student versus the master, but this time the student are star players. So, but now it's the game face of the day brought to you by Smart.
You just gotta flash the hashtag the power of smart on your devices in a green background. Put your game face on to win a redeemable in-game code.
Oh no, I have to copy
Yes! Are these the winners? These 3 young ladies, are they the winners?
All 3 of them?
Oh,
Wait, which one?
Which one?
I'm required by contract of the English broadcast to always copy the smart power of smart game face of the day winner. Which one?
You also have chicks
I
in
am
MPL
Pick one.
So they're still
I'll do
on
all
our
of
big
them.
screen.
You see that?
I don't
Yeah.
think anyone did the claw. You just added that.
No.
No.
The lady in the middle did the claw.
Okay.
You sure?
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, those 3.
I'm not just trying to be cute here.
Those 3
I don't
ladies
need to try.
were actually
you
MLB
are.
athletes.
Yes, they are.
They're a very vital part of
like the
our
same
FE
guys.
division here for the past few years. So nice to see them in the stadium. But
Yeah.
I still don't know if they.
Keep your game face on, ladies and gentlemen, because this is the match, the star match of Saturday. But now, let's focus our attention on this video. Let's see how Sanford's story went heading into MPL Season 13.
40.
Haven't seen more than 2 PH. Beautiful girl in MPL PH. Bro, you kidding me? There's a lot of pretty girls.
Yung
There's a lot
manalo
of
or
pretty
matalo
girls here
dapat
in
may
PH.
learnings po talaga lagi kasi parang doon po talaga kami kinapos last season dahil lagi po kami nalo parang that time wala na kaming medyo natutunan kasi ayun nga po nananalo and di namin napapansin na
Okay.
napag-aandaan na po pala kami ng ibang team. So kailangan kahit nanalo po kami, kailangan may ibang team po kami na
Because
gagamitin
Blacklist is
sa
not
susunod.
playing.
I love that interview.
I think BY's
It's all about consistency and not being complacent.
BY's has
When
a
you're
lot
up
of,
top,
fan base.
Echo was the world champs.
That's a big fan base. And
Again,
there's a lot
if you're
of,
on top, people has
pretty
eyes
girls
on you.
there.
How do you even beat
Or
the best of the
BY's
best?
fan
And
base.
from that point in perspective, how Sanford saw things and how all
MSC, 3rd place. So something tells me they understand the system. And again, it's just but by an inch that they miss out, and then we're here where we are now.
yeah.
We're still
And
on. We're
I
still
feel like in
on.
a way it sort of mirrors the story of ONIC, but inversely. ONIC for the longest time was always stuck in the first round of the playoffs. And then the chance to finally break through, get through that, they almost actually eliminated the team that became the runner-up and became the 3rd-ranked team in M5 in Blacklist International. Remember, that went to 5 games.
Yeah.
The series of ONIC Philippines and Blacklist International last season. ONIC maybe could have been the team to go to M5. We don't know. Maybe they could have changed the history. So inversely, it's like, yeah, then for ONIC, how then do you go the next level? For Echo, it's how do you reclaim the former glory? For ONIC, it's how the heck do we get to that glorious peak in the first place?
All right, real talk. Can I just say, I think besides getting to the next level, ONIC needs to figure out their own system.
Yeah.
Because again, they're a brand new team. Again, this is the curse of the super team. You
No.
already look up to here when I think ONIC needs to, get this vibe going first.
Yeah,
I get you. What I'm seeing here, with all the spaceships going
hello,
and how the
Sakura.
roster review
Still
went,
the spaceships.
they need to have a formation for this
ONIC Galaxy, say it.
ONIC Galaxy formation A, B, whatever you call it. How do you attack the Orcas?
Exactly. Get a system going. Make sure you have a solid first movie before you go for the trilogy.
Yeah,
Low.
What?
Or the prequels.
Whichever came first.
Or a Legends unit.
See, so this is what we're trying to figure out because right now, Echo's mindset, completely redemption. We need to get back on top here because this time, again, I know ONIC had different rosters back then, season 8, season 9, 10, even seasons back. You even rapped about this season 8. Like ONIC was the one to beat the winning streak of BLACKLIST. Onting Laro, the 11 games. They were the one to actually do that. Now, it's good that you guys pointed out, how will they even start their first page right now? Being the super team, the so-called super team of the season, how will they translate into a winning success?
Again, just as a coaching approach, right? Step 1, focus on what's in front of you, right? And so now look back to the draft.
Yeah.
Again, that
You like that?
I like it.
that was good.
That was a really
looped around
smooth
it.
entry.
I mean, it's right there.
Of course, we're all used to smooth entries. So, for Echo there, again, closer to the what we understand the current metagame to be.
Yeah.
ONIC experimenting. I will not knock on
Let's go, let's
experimentation.
go.
But it's a tell that if you decide to come in a high-profile match, trying new things, which does, in theory, make a lot of sense, but you weren't able to execute it in such a way that led you to victory, that's a tell that there's still a lot of things to work on.
Yeah. And if they want to work things out, they need to force the game number 3. But now with this side, ONIC has the blue one. So they have priority one they want to pick. Because from the first steps here, same thing. So Echo prioritized this on the first game. Now they're taking it for their hands. Knowing that there was a Vexana present, they went with the Navarre instead.
Yeah. And I think it makes sense for both of these teams want to prioritize Navaria. If you're Echo and you're known to play a certain way based on a system around vision, how do you stop a potential super team who are hungry to prove what their playstyle is like by, of course, playing around the vision? And inversely for ONIC, how the heck do you stop Echo in the playstyle that they're known for? You want vision for that. So Navaria as priorities here for me makes a lot of sense for both of
Hey,
these
banning,
I'm
banning.
gonna give you that one. I think it will totally be a great answer. But okay, now it's a reverse side of picking on things. Carry on the Arlet. Looks like
Marty.
Sanford or 40 is gonna be happy with this one.
Marty's
teams.
clone,
I like
Marty's
the
clone.
Arlet getting prioritized for Echo instead here because it still brings in that surprise factor and it will change the picture of the draft. And finally for today, we get to see
CC.
get picked up. This time on the side for Echo. So now Echo are just gonna, alongside the Arlot, they're gonna need a tanky jungler as well to be fielded as a second in terms of getting vision or for getting peel because that CC will be a backline nuisance.
And again, the X-Borg. Yo, we opened the floodgates, man.
Yeah.
Gets picked once, that's it. All X-Borg all day.
First 3 picks always.
He just wins. It completely a great answer. It's just a push of how they want to take this race against ONIC Philippines. So, second side of things, well, speaking of bans, taking out the Claude, since the marksman yet is not open for ONIC, so this kind of checks how will they support the roamer this time around, because on this first game, Guinevere was kind of a bit a struggle for Escalera. So will they change it up? Oh, so specific though.
And Echo laughed. They reacted to it.
Yeah, they're like, Sanji, look what they're trying to do to you, bro.
Gushin? Like, why Gushin? Like, okay, why?
Yeah, okay, looking at the lineup of ONIC, when you have a Novario with you and then a CC and Fred, you know the Novario wants to stay back. You know the CC and Fred want to dive and get close. Meaning that it makes a lot of sense to even consider the idea of the Gushin because it's going to be the assassin type. Exactly the same reason as why we saw it in TNC versus MINANA EVOS.
We saw it yesterday.
Beautiful.
We saw it yesterday. So you look back. Now going into the second phase, it's Echo first getting dibs on a pick after the Akai gets taken out. There's the Vexana.
Yeah.
So eventually, Sanji was going to get something good.
Yeah, we were talking about this, but it was a good way to place it on the second picking of Echo. So they have the mid now for this composition. So what's going to be this time around for ONIC Philippines? Because there's no Valentina, because they answered right away with the not unless they put this Novari on roll.
Yeah, there's no need to pick up another mid laner. I want something good on Escalera. Give Jomari something good.
I want Tig. I want to see a Tig reel here.
Tig or Minotaur?
Yeah, Tig or Mino. Because you already know exactly what these two are going to do in the CC and Fred. And then in terms of the gold, I don't see Brody.
Whoa!
Oh, Selena!
Something new!
He's running it back.
A Rome Selena!
See? Another mid lane. Why? I was kind of... Wow. Intuition. Okay.
So, I think this is what ONIC is leaning on, and they're trying to do as an identity. And
Then
there's the
they
take, but
take
it goes
it.
to the side of Echo,
Wow,
which
Selena.
it would be quite difficult for Selena. He'll really have to pick these moments of when he's going to go in. But again, 2 games now. Echo give Escalera, or ONIC give Escalera, assassin type of roamer, the pick-off type,
Yeah,
the kill type.
I might be grasping at straws here, but Tigreal's passive doesn't really do much against Magic Burst early.
Yes.
So at least Escalera can win in that sense. And then Snowball from mid. He's trying to build up a Nova? Is that enough? Is that enough? Can the Nova respond quickly? Can the Nova take advantage of the quick CCs and stuns and burst that the Selena brings?
Maybe I can do a follow, but I don't know with the damage. How
I
about
mean,
that?
again, there's a relationship between two roamer and mid that both go for magic. The genius one, because they'll just help each other in terms of being able to deal more.
Oh, okay, reduce the magic defense, right.
Yeah. So I believe the Novario and Selena, I think both of them had actually prioritized the genius one. So that means they'll just have damage ready. Plus a dire hit of the Selena.
On a positional standpoint is what I'm thinking, like execution-wise. One of them wants to dive, the other wants to stay at range.
Yeah.
Oh, you hear the drums, folks. Now it's game number 2. Will ONIC
Number 2,
Philippines
let's
push
go.
this to a game number 3? Interesting pick showing. We have both leashes on both sides of the camps.
Okay. So it's going to be an inverse exit here for both of these junglers. As they both started purple, export in the jungle for Carl TZ.
What is this, season 8?
Yeah. The last time we saw this, actually, it didn't go well for Echo, if I recall correctly. And it was also Carl TZ
What?
who rocked it.
Okay, so talking about redemption, how about I do this second time around?
Do it again.
Do it again.
Carl TZ, but diff version 2.
GG go next. I
tried
mean,
it.
so far it's working. Again, let's not knock it till we give it a chance,
Yeah,
right?
not knocking it. It is surprising, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
Last Insanity to pop it, but then...
All other damage is slow rolling. Again, the only real burst is from Sanji.
Yeah. Interesting approach. Okay.
Okay, so also onto the gold lane, we are seeing 2 from Echo and just 1 from, well, we see just Kelra. So this is one way of like, hey, make your magic work, Escalera, because what they need is vision such as this. Look at this King Kong.
Yeah.
Just taking out the frog armor right away from Carl TZ for getting his purple and orange.
Yeah, this is gonna be the story of this game for a while right now. Carl TZ might have a difficult time.
Whoa!
Rotating.
This by a hair!
Oh,
Makes
that's out.
45! Now King Kong wants to finish the job. Diving in.
wow.
Forward by the Apex Predator. 40! Gem draws first blood. Echo are a man down as King Kong first to the scene at the turtle.
Looks like ONIC's gonna be getting this first turtle without a problem. Echo, they're gonna have to force an action before the next turtle comes up. Because if not, ONIC will get the second turtle without a problem.
I smell game 3.
Finally, ONIC Philippines slowly getting a great start on this second game. Now that's what we want to see. If you're in a Selena, you want to get the aggressive abyssal arrows right away at the traps.
Yeah.
You need to gain control of your area.
Yeah. Poke and vision for days. Yes, we know the Selena wants to get close to make the most out of her combo, but with the Star Shatter plus that abyssal arrow, well, you don't even need to get close because sometimes a little bit of information is all you need. And again, up against a team like Echo, that's what you want against them.
I now see ONIC's approach. It's a very fundamental attack, and it's basically mathematics, right?
Yeah.
You have the Selena to threaten Magic Burst, but in comes the Fredrin, in comes Gem, in comes King Kong. It's actually physical that you should be afraid of. So now you put Echo in a weird position. So do we bum rush the Dreadnought armor?
Yeah.
Or do we build magic damage?
That's a good...
magic defense.
Yeah, magic defense, because it's a way to just play without... How would they want to see this for Echo? Either would they prioritize the Athena's shield right now, or they want to go for the damage, because it's gonna be confusing. But at the same time, if they want to get this straight forward, well, they have a Tigreal though.
Yeah.
But it's just the thing. How will they get those vision checks? Because right now Escalera is really slowly killing it. And if he'll be consistent in that way, this is a great snowball potential for ONIC.
Yeah. Minus a... Wait, hold up. Okay.
Fade away stun.
You were talking about OC?
Good thing he dashed away just in time because he knew that
another
Escalera wouldn't want to get close. Purple buff. Are they going to try to? Good pull there by Carl TZ. So, Echo, they can... It's not completely out of their hands, but in terms of like going around the map and who it feels like has control. If Echo wants to feel a little bit more control back in their hands, it's gonna need to come up from a big team fight win at this point. Because ONIC, even though it's quite even in the gold, all the vision getting provided just means ONIC is a little bit more comfortable.
Carl TZ has the immortality on the first item.
Oh, look at that.
Here we go, Echo. This time around, they don't want to let this second objective go so quickly.
Look at that.
BLCK catches so much from Echo, or rather ONIC, and now Turtle sitting at a fifth of its head. Still standing. Carl TZ secures, and now they clap back, collapsing on the King Kong. In comes the Eternal Guard, and the final slash. Sanford helps secure a kill. Down goes King Kong, and now Echo's on the board.
Did you just see how they managed to respond quickly with that miscalculation of an ultimate, but it's not stopping though? Wow! Carl TZ securing that objective.
Yep, that was just a straight up retry win there by Carl TZ. I think half a second late was King Kong with the release. And now Echo, they're making the most out of JP, missing that. But you saw the positioning of all the members of Echo there. They knew what they needed to do to respond. And it looked like because ONIC used the trigger of JP missing as let's go, let's fight this out. For a moment, it looked like they forgot, wait, we don't have that much info on everyone else. And that's what Echo capitalized on eventually for Carl TZ to get that retribution off and for them to even get a kill onto King Kong.
Yep, it's a moment that looked like you missed. Oh, but did I?
Yeah. You sure I was aiming for you? So I kind of, I like how they played. Yeah. I love Expandables.
Yeah, so is X.
Amazing movie.
Do you mean The Incredibles?
No.
All right.
That wasn't even a movie reference, but okay.
So far, I'm liking what ONIC is presenting. It's a better approach, and it's an off-meta strategy that they showed conceptually how it could work. I'm expecting more from Gem though. We really haven't seen him do much, and now Carl TZ and Sanford. Oh wow! Maximum range, final slash, and so much damage, but on a Gem, and he finally falls. Carl TZ and Sanford though, they definitely felt that.
Yeah, giving a thumbs up and a kill.
Great juggle there, but ONIC at the bottom of the map will try to reverse it.
Here we go. The stun caught up by JP, the Abyssal Arrow, saving Benny Cutie. All right, can I just say, this is dangerous. The fact that we're not talking much about Kelra means he's getting some alone time, some quality time, farming 6 minutes and a half in. Turtle, by Carl TZ, off of the back of a last insanity, plus a retribution. Popping King Kong, he gets a kill on the way out too.
That was a good utilization of that last insanity, making him untargetable. Use the retribution for the last minute. Amazing play for Carl TZ.
Last
second rather.
I feel ONIC didn't see that coming. It looked like King Kong was so surprised he didn't even press his retribution. They didn't expect Carl TZ to even get in range like that. The little dash forward that you get with the last insanity. That was some goat-ish right there.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was an audible going, oh.
And then Carl TZ's gone back.
And now ONIC are staring down the barrel of two turtles, a push from Benny down bottom, and the map turning red because Echo is sitting at 4,000 gold ahead. All time Carl TZ leads with 1774 kills. He's been playing since season 2.
Yeah.
Carl TZ the GOAT.
And you know the crazy thing about that is,
Carl
if I
TZ the
remember
GOAT.
correctly, the difference between him and first place and second place, and I believe second place's few, is around 500 kills.
Huge. They were former teammates too, by the way.
Yeah.
Something to note, Carl TZ for the past maybe 2 years has dedicated himself to being a utility jungler.
Yeah.
So, no, he's still ahead, even if at this point he said, I don't need to kill too much anymore.
Oh.
It's fine. Oh, now inside their jungle, King Kong barely secures his purple, gets stunned up, final slash displaced. Huge. Sanford's on a roll.
Yep, completely a great advantage against ONIC Philippines. But let's see how Keller would actually see some window here to actually bounce back. Is the damage going to be enough at this point in time? Because again, you've mentioned it, even in the second objective being taken, there's no damage yet. There was no points coming in for Kelra.
Yeah, it's a little bit of hopium for all the Sonics out there on their behalf. We haven't seen much from Gem nor Kelra. Once they do go online, once they do start joining these huge team fights, maybe we see another switch up.
When?
Exact question.
When?
Exact question. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's only a BOD that Kelra has now, and it looks like he's see what second item he'll go into. But he only still has one. So ONIC, in terms of damage, not completely
JP.
there. Yeah, JP!
Implosion onto one.
Whoa.
Displacing King Kong. Catches a face full of Eternal Guard. And there's a final slash. He's in trouble. That's Insanity.
Nice
Taking
one.
him out like a Beyblade. Carl Easy let it rip. And just like that, ONIC is without their retribution. ONIC is without their star jungler. And now Echo just blitzed through this Lord, tearing him apart. A 10th. A fifth of his health. Doesn't even matter. They score big. Chasing Escalera out all the way through the river.
And it's just as that, Carl Teasy and Betty Cutie clearly taking another objective for Echo, despite how even Escalera wanted to divert the attention of the Orcas.
Yeah, it's a difficult life that King Kong lives here. Having the Selena and the Novaria for you, sadly, he's the face checker, and that's why he got caught out there by JP. He's
That's
the one
right.
checking for his own vision.
All right, you were talking about JP, so
Yeah. So it felt like ONIC, that was just like, all right, we're going to get you back. You got King Kong, we'll get you back.
you were saying.
Actually, no. My thought ended exactly when JP got caught.
All right, perfect. Again, I have to echo the sentiment here.
Yeah, echo.
There really is only one peel. It's King Kong. For Jim to actually act as good peel, he has to
Final
not
slash.
die like this.
Nice
Oh no,
one.
he's not even in the scene. He's
Insanity.
dealing with Benny down bottom. All right, they do pop a few mortalities, pop a few health bars, and now King Kong once again the only frontliner for ONIC. He's in trouble. Appraiser's Wrath taking down the Lord. King Kong does not die, not this time.
Committing all ultimates for that push. Echo clearly securing.
Muna, export.
Just looking at the map right now, the progress. No turrets taken down, not even, well, there's a bit of a damage to go late, but that is just completely the fortress of the Orcas, even by the items. Everything is just ahead.
Yeah, this is going to be up to ONIC then now to make the most out of the burst damage and the vision provided by Prince and Escalera. Pick off, but then in terms of winning a big fight, it might take a while. They're not there yet. Although, good thing for Kelra, he rushed penetration items, so he already has a BOD alongside the Malefic Roar, so that might help if Kelra can free hit enough.
Oh.
We'll see.
Wait. They don't know where
Carl
Carl is. Coming in from the back. Super Prince gets caught out. And all it took was one.
On the
One
ball.
last Insanity. And
Nice
now the
one.
implosion coming in. Flicker
Nice
from
one.
Daddy JP.
Wow.
Displacing the gold standard. And now he's taken down 2 free pickoffs for the House of Highlights. Echo are on a roll here, pushing through tier 2, threatening the penetration, middle, bottom.
A fresh catch from Daddy JP, and that is none other than Kelra. How will they defend this now? How is the damage going to show back from Echo with this kind of gold lead, Renmar? How is this? How is this looking?
Well, for the next few bits, it seems like the turrets might be the top damage dealers for ONIC, because they're just going to be behind base. The good thing is, because of the crazy range they have, they can still go out a little bit more compared to other lineups because of that range that they have. Get vision, just try to understand where everyone else is on the side of Echo. But it's going to be tough, man.
Get the alms for Kelra. I'm
Yeah.
guessing that's what you do with that little space that you're allowed to go out, right?
Yeah.
Get these little camps, get these little waves, but that's given Echo doesn't
Nice,
freeze,
Benny.
right? If Echo freezes, oh no, that's it. Good luck getting farm on Kelra. And he definitely needs it. He needs more items.
Yeah, this is tough, brother.
Yeah, we need to check on the damage. We need to check on the items. Well, Escalera, comparing to game number 1, he had a lot of vision this time around, but one thing is just not showing is the damage department. They could actually make some momentous plays with such amount of crowd control, but they need to have a possible contingency plan for this. But Echo is just getting this another objective for the Orcas.
No contest, man. No contest. Echo's gonna score this enhanced Lord. 13 minutes in. Easy. 10k ahead. Echo is. Again, you saw Kelra there force a push down bottom, so that's the first turret ONIC scores. And it's been a very difficult 13 minutes, but a little bit of hopium once
ONIC
more.
yan.
Maybe ONIC can bounce back, especially
ONIC
inside their own
expert
base.
na yan.
I've heard that hard times breed better men. Maybe Kelra can defend this way.
Yep. ONIC, well, they have the
That
adrenaline
Xbox
in their soul to actually stop Echo from ending this.
Now the Lord crashing in, well timed by the Orcas. Carl D's gonna get his
Ow.
Ferragar. $1 million our final slash coming in from the Apex Predator. The implosion from Daddy JP. And the displacement. Down goes 4. It's just escalator left. And he can only watch as he falls. Echo going for the sweep.
And that's how they finish the race of the day. Getting a strong start for the season, a sweep for the Orcas.
They start in pole and they finish it first. Lights out and away we Echo. What a way to start off their season 13 campaign. It's not the Express, but I feel like this is a much more deliberate and calculated ecosystem.
It's a shake and bake. First up, the final slash. Next up, the implosion. You don't know where it's gonna come from.
Yeah. Oh, the Arlet and the XP laners in the hands of Sanford. Such amazing plays. Oh, breaking everything. But now look at this. The sportsmanship back on our stage. Echoes and ONIC Philippines. Still, congratulations to their opponent for giving them a great fight.
Magic School Bus trumps the spaceships today, but it's a tremendous performance for ONIC. I get their ideas. I understand the theories behind their drafts. And let's see if they'll actually be able to convert that into results and execution later on.
Conceptually, I want to get it. Conceptually, I want for them to succeed, but not tonight.
Let's see how this goes. Let's throw it back through our stage with the winning team, Echo with Mar in hands.
Let's go, Mara.
All right, everybody, give it up for Echo. Congratulations.
What a performance to start off season 13.
Napansin ko, lumayo sa akin si Benny
Oo nga eh.
Kitty.
Sige, so ilalapit ko na sa
Benny.
kanya ngayon.
So siya muna ang una. Ikaw, dahil ikaw yung lumayo, ikaw ang mauuna. Natanong natin kanina kung ano nga ba yung motivation, yung goal natin ngayong bagong season. We got Carl Tiz's answer, si Sanji, si Sanford. Ikaw naman. Siyempre lahat tayo gusto ng championship. Other than that, ano yung goal at motivation mo ngayon?
Yung ay manalo para sa pera, para sa future ni Wanwan.
Ano bang gagawin natin doon? Pag
Down,
nanalo
down.
tayo, what are we gonna use that towards?
Siguro po, bahay sana.
Bahay sana. That's such a nice one. That's such a nice dream. Ikaw naman napag-isipan mo ba? Kasi natanong namin sila eh. Ikaw.
Hindi pwedeng hindi makompleto.
Ano po?
JP, oh. Pogi.
Dinibig ko na po si Sanford ng kape niya na BK.
Ng kape?
Lagi po si nagkakape.
Lagi nagkakape. So ngayon, ano to, coffee shop? Ay ba, ang ganda ng bagong jersey nila, no? Pwede
Ang jacket ng Echo, no?
Fit check.
I-fit check natin.
Sinong gusto mong gumawa?
Ang gusto natin gumawa,
Yung naunang tumalikod.
Si Carl Tizzy.
Si Carl Tizzy.
Si Carl Tizzy.
Okay.
Okay, Carl Tizzy. Maganda ang jersey. Nandun yung camera. Ipakita natin yung fit check. Okay?
Isang ikot lang, isang ikot.
Isang ikot lang. So, pakita natin, ikaw yung magpamodel dito para naman bilhin ng lahat ng nandito yung jersey mo, di ba?
Ate Mitch, raise mo ako
Ayan. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, ano na dyan? Oh, what? Ay, ang init ng likod! Wow!
Mainit sa harap at sa likod.
Buy it now.
Incredible. All right. Now, Carl Tizzy, you've been in the same situation you were last season. Maganda yung start nyo ng regular season. Same lineup. What's so different about it?
Siguro po, mas disiplinado na rin kami ngayon. Tapos, siguro wala na kami masyadong iniisip na ibang bagay.
Kasi nakita rin natin yan dun sa game nyo, especially from game number 1 and game number 2. But you were for super team still kontra sa ONIC super team that was branded from them. What do you think of ONIC PH now na nagdagdag si Kelra at si King Kong?
Mas malakas po sila ngayon. Kaso feeling ko kulang lang po sa chemistry pa.
Right? Chemistry needs a little work, pero approve kay Carl Tizzy.
And just like what your jersey says, well played, Echo. Congratulations. You may now take your bow.
Grabe naman, Echo.
And take your walk of victory.
ONIC.
Echo
ONIC,
is
Kelra,
one
and King
step
Kong combo.
closer to their redemption. At kahit same ang lineup natin, bago naman ang kanilang jacket, loud and proud.
You would call it the Echo Express Redemption Tour, and Phase 1 is complete.
And now we're gonna break it down with our casters. Casters, fast up.
Thank you so much, Marin Hans. And that's how
Echo
the
Redemption.
winning formula of Echo was made. Fueled by dreams from Benny Cutie and his Kid 1-1, and also the team's dreams and actually getting back to the top. I think that's what fuels us all. The motivation to not be complacent from day 0 to day 100.
I'm motivated by the fact that Carl TZ almost single-handedly made me want to buy the new Echo jacket.
Oh yeah,
I need to make that bread to afford the new threads.
Wait lang guys ha.
Hitler.
Tingnan lang ako.
Victories. Jersey says.
History needs a little work, pero approve kay Carl TZ.
Ako lang po sa
Elra at si King Kong from them. Super special
masyadong iniisip.
zone, maganda. Now,
Init ng Nico! Oh, ano na dyan? Oh, what? Ay, ang init ng likod! Wow!
mainit sa harap at sa likod.
Buy it now.
Incredible. All right. Now, Carl TZ, you've been in the same situation you were last season. Maganda yung start nyo ng regular season. Same lineup. What's so different about it?
Siguro po mas disiplinado na rin kami ngayon, tapos siguro wala na kami masyadong iniisip na ibang bagay.
Kasi nakita rin natin yan dun sa game nyo, especially from game number 1 and game number 2. But you were for super team still kontra sa ONIC super team that was branded from them. What do you think of ONIC PH now na nagdagdag sina Kelra at si King Kong?
Mas malakas po sila ngayon, kaso feeling ko kulang lang po sa chemistry pa.
Right? Chemistry needs a little work, pero approve kay Carl TZ.
And just like what your jersey says, well played, Echo. Congratulations. You may now take.
Pero approve kay Carl TZ. Nagdagdag sina Kelra at si King Kong.
Mas malakas po sila ngayon, kaso feeling ko kulang lang po sa chemistry pa.
Right? Chemistry needs a little work, pero approve kay Carl TZ.
And just
At si King Kong. What do you think of game number 1 and
Siguro po mas disiplinado na rin kami ngayon, tapos siguro wala na kami masyadong iniisip na ibang bagay.
Kasi nakita rin natin yan dun sa game nyo, especially from game number 1 and game number 2. But you were for super team still kontra sa ONIC super team that was branded from them. What do you think of ONIC PH now na nagdagdag sina Kelra at si King Kong?
Mas malakas po sila ngayon, kaso feeling ko kulang lang po sa chemistry pa.
Right? Chemistry needs a little work, pero approve kay Carl TZ.
And just like what your jersey says, well played, Echo. Congratulations. You may now take your bow. And take your walk of victory.
Yes, tingnan na Wait.
Right, rapat sa likod.
1, 2, 3.
Ate Mitch, raise mo ako
Ayan. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, ano na dyan? Oh, what? Ay, ang 2, 3, go. Oh, ano na dyan? Oh, what? Ay, ang init ng likod. Wow.
Mainit sa harap at sa likod.
Buy it now.
Incredible. All right. Now, Carl TZ, you've been in the same situation you were last season. All right, harap.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, ano na dyan? Oh, what? Ay, ang init ng likod. Oh, ano na dyan? Oh, what?
So far today, gentlemen, I feel like of roams, XPs, and even junglers juggling the responsibility of who's gonna set and who's gonna vision.
That was an amazing analysis. Thank you so much, Renmore.
You make it sound like I changed your life.
I mean,
You did.
the meta changed before our eyes once again.
Yeah.
Right after the RSG and Omega bout, now with Echo and ONIC, I'd like to think we're now more aware of what's capable and what's possible and what the counter is. Because again, what a master stroke by Tic Tac and Echo, right? Yeah. Because they read into the situation that, all right, look, they didn't pick a Selena just yet, but they picked the X-Borg way sooner before that. They knew that, hey, ONIC might go for a pickoff and turn lineup again. And they stopped it right then and there.
Yeah, it was the meta. They had an advantage, but from your advantage, who's watching us live right now, even in your houses or wherever, Blacklist International versus MINANA is coming right up next. Wow, we have a triple header today, and be sure to be with us until the last match. From what Leo is saying, well, from Carl T's interview, they need to have their synergy on check for ONIC Philippines, because from a former, they're still part of the super team, but they had their growing pains from being called as the super team as well back in season 9. So they need to have their synergy in check to make it work again.
These two teams are the antithesis of a super team. They are both created and molded to the point of they just need to do their purpose. They need to get to that goal. That's what I'm getting from Blacklist and MNNE EVOS this season.
Yeah, they are trust the process teams, and let's see how far the process has taken them in this final match of the day later.
Yeah, we've seen MNNE yesterday 2-0'd TNC.
That's right, yeah.
Blacklist though, they went from it was also a 0-2. They lost yesterday, but it doesn't feel like in game number 2.
Yeah, because that game 2 was legendary, man.
I know.
That game 2 was worth 2 games.
Yeah.
2.5.
We all agree here.
Don't forget the quote Wolf
We
said.
never planned that.
Other regions probably are getting sad watching us, because how do you beat this kind of MLBB? That's how the world felt watching Blacklist International versus AP Brand game number 2 yesterday.
Last night I was playing ranked games. I was afraid Zetsui was going to steal my lord.
You thought
You were
just come out of
thinking about
nowhere?
that? Wow. Yeah, for those who haven't watched day 1 just yet, so you know what to expect tonight's finale, you watch that. You see how well Zetsui just stole off.
Once again, this has been the We Bear Bros. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Blacklist and MNNE is coming right up next.
of MPL Philippines is brought to you by the following sponsors. Smart, the official telco partner of MPL Philippines Season 13. Infinix GT Series, outplay the rest. Experience the MPL PH Season 13 action live at Shooting Gallery Studios. Tickets are now available on our official ticketing partner at /event.com. Don't miss any MPL PH action by following our official Facebook page and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Follow MPL PH on TikTok as well for more content. And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the official accounts of MDL Philippines. To ensure the equality and fairness of our games, MPL Philippines is also monitored and supervised by the Games and Amusements Board.
Generation Z. Authentic. Real. They thrive in the mundane. But, let's be real, nobody knows what they want. Only they truly understand. For real? Yeah, but that's okay. We get what you need. Guys, where are we going now?
Anywhere! Mountain, beach, middle of nowhere!
Why?
Because we can!
Well, let me help out. Smart 5G. Best in 5G coverage experience and best in 5G availability.
Oh, wow! Those are a lot of apps!
That's fine. When you got Powerall, you could do it all. Multiple apps? No problem.
Whoa! From Wi-Fi to data in an instant!
Yes, sir. Magic Data saves you anytime you need it.
And it doesn't expire?
That's right.
Cool! Oh, dead spot.
If only you could switch in an instant. Oh, wait.
What? eSIM is that easy?
For
For real kasi!
backed up by nationwide coverage. So, yeah, nobody knows what Gen Zs want, but we can keep up with real connection and real fast data. Live for real with Smart 5G plus nationwide LTE, Powerall, Magic Data, and eSIM.
You guys pretty much know what we need.
Live more today.
We'll continue later, guys. Mute muna natin. Baka madali tayo. Yan muna. this? What's this?
Kabila.
What's this?
Alright, next. Army movement.
Exercise.
Okay.
Yung purpose kasi nito.
Ang purpose is?
Para mag-flow na yung dugo nila.
Mag-flow yung dugo. So, ready na tayo sa 1-hour game times 3.
Ready na?
Ready na?
Game 1
Flow yung
abot
dugo
ng
daw, flow
50
yung dugo.
minutes.
Game na? Ready na? Ready? Okay. Now, sa lahat ng mga manonood, anong gusto mo sabihin sa kanila? In 1 sentence, go!
Abangan nyo kami sa paparating laban, gagalingan namin.
Abangan nyo ang MINANA Evos. Magsisimula na sila sa ilang sandali.
Invasion complete.
Mission complete.
Alright. Pumahana na naman. Okay, walang lumapit! Actually, ito yung nakuha dito ng Santa Echo. Ito na nga, nagkalapitan. Si King lumapit dito. Yun yung Bennett's range. Pasok si Escalera dito. With a jump. Pasok si Kelro with the ultimate. At Super Prince makakuha ng kill. Wala Sanji. Super Prince bumaba na talaga. Habang umiikot-ikot si Carl TC. Bumeni Cutie Blazing. Do it din. Siya doon sa bandang dulo. Binabanatan si Kelra. At yun. Pangalawa. At doon nakakaw ni Carl dito. Nanakaw ni Carl dito yung turtle. At ayun yung EG. Eternal Guard. At lumapit kasi si Blitz. Counter ko. Malaki Super Prince. Umiikot na si Jem. At makakuha sila ng maganda true damage. Benny Cutie. Dome Flicker. In Blazing. Do it. Wala si King Kong. At Benny Cutie. Ang bagyo. Ang camera. Bumabanat ng free hit. Si Kelra matitira. Kelra makakuha pa ng kill. So parang yung Spider Senses nila. Dinobli nila. Mahuli si King Kong dito. Implosion. Ay nako. Malakulapsers. Habang ayun na nga. Si King Kong mawawala. Si Sanford ng kill. Off-cam kill. Benny Cutie Blazing. Tumit na naman si Kelra. Binabanatan pero masyado makunat si Kelra dito. Phantom Step kulang. Yung kunat. At doon na kinulang ang ONIC. At Carlito. Tinamaan. At makakauli pa si JP ng isa. At yung marksman pa. Si Kelra ay namur. Wow, okay, kalahati ang buhay ng Lord dito. Binabanatan lang nila muna yung Lord. Pasok sa Escalera pero ang sakit ng burst. Sanford! Wala sa Escalera. Kelra, susubukan niya lahat ng kaya niya para mailigtas to. Pero okay, Benny Cutie makakapag out pa. So kan Lord, tatamaan ng pana si JP. Pero hindi pa may Benny stage. Carl, umarap ngayon. Carl, may immortality siya kaya siyang tapang pare. Napakatabang final sweep. Tatamaan Super Prince. Super Prince is pa nila tapusin laban na to. Escalera makakuha siya ng magandang kill. Pero JP kukunin si Jem. Apat na nawala sa side ng ONIC. And the Echo Express is here to... Alright, kumahana na naman. Okay, walang lumapit! Actually, ito yung nakuha dito ng Santa Echo. Ito na nga, nagkalapitan. Si King lumapit dito. Yun yung Bennett's range. Pasok si Escalera dito. With a jump. Pasok si Kelro with the ultimate. At Super Prince makakuha ng kill. Wala Sanji. Super Prince bumaba na talaga. Habang umiikot-ikot si Carl TC. Bumeni Cutie Blazing. Do it din. Siya doon sa bandang dulo. Binabanatan si Kelra. At yun. Pangalawa. At doon nakakaw ni Carl dito. Nanakaw ni Carl dito yung turtle. At ayun yung EG. Eternal Guard. At lumapit kasi si Blitz. Counter ko. Malaki Super Prince. Umiikot na si Jem. At makakuha sila ng maganda true damage. Benny Cutie. Dome Flicker. In Blazing. Do it. Wala si King Kong. At nakakay Benny Cutie. Ang bagyo. Ang camera. Bumabanat ng free hit. Si Kelra matitira. Kelra makakuha pa ng kill. So parang yung Spider Senses nila. Dinobli nila. Mahuli si King Kong dito. Implosion. Ay nako. Malakulapsers. Habang ayun na nga. Si King Kong pa mawawala. Si Sanford ng kill. Off-cam kill. Benny Cutie Blazing. Tumit na naman si Kelra. Binabanatan pero masyado makunat si Kelra dito. Phantom Step kulang. Yung kunat. At doon na kinulang ang ONIC. At Carlito. Tinamaan. At makakauli pa si JP ng isa. At yung marksman pa. Si Kelra ay namur. Wow, okay, kalahati ang buhay ng Lord dito. Binabanatan lang nila muna yung Lord. Pasok sa Escalera pero ang sakit ng burst. Sanford! Wala sa Escalera. Kelra, susubukan niya lahat ng kaya niya para mailigtas to. Pero okay, Benny Cutie makakapag out pa. So kan Lord, tatamaan ng pana si JP. Pero hindi pa may Benny stage. Carl, umarap ngayon. Carl, may immortality siya kaya siyang tapang pare. Napakatabang final sweep. Tatamaan Super Prince. Super Prince is pa nila tapusin laban na to. Escalera makakuha siya ng magandang kill. Pero JP kukunin si Jem. Apat na nawala sa side ng ONIC. And the Echo Express is here to... Alright, pumahana na naman. Okay, walang lumapit! bumaba na talaga. Habang umiikot-ikot si Carl DC, Bumeni Cutie Blazing do it din. Siya doon sa bandang dulo. Binabanatan si Kelra. At yun pa. Pangalawa. At doon nanakaw ni Carl dito. Nanakaw ni Carl dito yung turtle. At ayun yung EG. Eternal Guard. At lumapit kasi si Blitz counter ko. Malaki Super Prince. Umiikot na si Jem. At makakuha sila ng maganda true damage. Benny Cutie, Dome Flicker, in blazing do it. Wala si King Kong. At nakakay Benny Cutie ang bagyo. Ang camera. Bumabanat ng free hit. Si Kelra manitira. Kelra makakuha man ng kill. So parang yung Spider Senses nila. Dinobli nila. Mahuli si King Kong dito. Implosion.
Ultimate eh, no? Uli! Mga ganun lang siya eh.
King Kong mawawala. Last hit.
Uli! Bilis niya eh. Manjin eh, oh.
Yung una,
sayang, hindi kasi nag-i-discuss masyado to si Manjin eh.
Tinamaan. At makakauli pa si JP ng isa at yung marksman pa. Si Kelra ay more. Wow, okay, kalahati ang buhay ng Lord dito. Binabanatan lang nila muna yung Lord. Sakit ng burst. Wala sa escalera. Kelra, susubukan niya lahat ng kaya niya para mailigtas to. Pero okay, Benny Cutie makakapag-out ba? So ang Lord, tatamaan ang pana si JP. Carl! May Benny Stage. Carl, umarap ngayon, Carl. May immortality siya, kaya siya tapang, pare. Napakatapang final sweep, tatamaan, Super Prince. Super Prince, is pa nila tapusin laban na to. Escalera, makakuha siya ng magandang kill. Pero, JP, kukunin si Jem. Apat na nawala sa side ng ONIC. And the Echo Express is here to... Alright, pumahana na naman. Okay, walang lumapit. Actually, ito yung nakuha dito ng side ng Echo. Ito na nga, nagkalapitan. Si King Kong lumapit dito. Yun yung Bennett Strange. Pasok si escalera dito. With a jump. Pasok si Kelro with the ultimate. At Super Prince makakuha ng kill. Wala Sanji. Super Prince bumaba na talaga. Habang umiikot-ikot si Carl DC. Bumeni Cutie Blazing do it din. Siya doon sa bandang dulo. Binabanatan si Kelra. At yun pa. Pangalawa.
Meet ko muna, sir. Meet ko muna, mamaya ulit. Let's wait for the next match. And then I'll turn it back on.
Gusto kong makabili ng bahay.
Ayun na.
Okay, seems doable.
Go.
Lancy, ikaw naman.
Gusto ko lang mag-playoffs.
So, makapa-playoffs. Okay. I love the idea. I love the spirit.
Pinadinig ko kanina eh.
Anong sabi ni...
Coach of the season daw.
Coach of the season ang gusto ni Coach Bitoy. Tama ba? Tama ba, boys? Tama? Pero Coach Bitoy, bukod sa Coach of the season, anong gusto mong ma-achieve para sa team mo?
Team namin, ang gusto ko talaga ma-achieve sa amin is step by step mo na. Bukod sa maka-champion mo na, makapasok kami muna sa playoffs. Then after that, doon muna kami mag-iisip para diskarte para maka-championship sa playoffs.
Love it. Trusting the process. Yan ang bilin ngayon ng MNNE Evos. And I'm sure na meron din masasabi sila Mara dyan on the other side. Mara, pasok.
At kasama naman natin ngayon ang Blacklist International. Tignan natin kung ano nga ba ang goal nila ngayong season maliban sa makuha ang kampyonato. Okay. Ako ang goal ko sa inyo, hindi kayo mahiya at mag-agawan sa mic. Yan. Okay, ano ang goal mo?
Makapag-MSC, represent tayong Pilipinas.
Bakit? Anong gusto mo ma-achieve pagkatapos nyo ma-represent yung Philippines?
Malaki kasi prize pool dun eh.
Malaki, syempre. Anong una mong bibilin pag nakuha yun?
Kotse.
Kotse? Kotse? Sports car, van?
Bahala na pag madali na nga pag dyan yung pera eh.
O yan na, madali na yan. You'll buy them all. Oheb.
Ako, gusto kong mag-champion kasi si lola ko kasi may sakit and sabi niya, nung bago ako umalis sa Tarlac, sabi niya pag uwi ko gusto daw niya champion daw ako umuwi.
Just in case Lola is watching right now, meron ka bang gustong sabihin kay Lola?
Manola, pagaling ka dyan, miss na kita tsaka love ka naming lahat.
Bait ni Oheb. Sige Haji.
Gusto ko po manalo this season kasi gusto ko po mabili yung mga gusto kong bilhin.
Ano yung mga gusto mong bilhin?
Kahit ano po. Kahit ano? Basta kung ano yung mabibili.
Kahit anong gusto mong bilhin, basta mabili mo lahat. Alright, ngayon, magsisimula ng ating laban. Ibabato na natin sa ating mga casters. Sabay-sabay natin gawin. Alright, casters, pasok.
Welcome back to MPL Philippines Season 13. At your service, I'm OSX. Leo and Renmar. Yes, it's still us, the We Bear Bros.
You did not salute.
Well, it's a different touch for me.
Do it now.
At your service.
Awesome, thank you.
Oh, so that's what was lacking, the salute.
Yo.
Among other things.
That's the flavor. Because right now we're on to the last match of the day. It's Blacklist International versus MINANA Evos, who we had witnessed yesterday. Had a great match that we thought it was going to a game number 3. Now, right away, on Saturday, we saw, or we will see rather, a Blacklist International game once and for all.
Yeah.
One more.
Another one. You mean?
Yeah.
Once and for all, another one.
Yeah,
and I'm sure the agents will be hoping that this will end in a W result because after that game 2 again, AP Brand versus Blacklist International yesterday, one of the best games we've seen in a long while. And now up against a MNNE Evo showing a lot of promise.
Well, speaking of promise and comparison on these two teams that we're going to see in this match. Haji versus Spider Miles. The utility roam standard. Gentlemen, who started this utility roam standard? What's the utility roam, by the way? Let's enlighten our viewers right here.
I want me to do it?
I mean,
all right.
I can talk about the player, you can talk about the mechanics.
Sure. Where do we go first?
All right, well, again, you can't say utility roam without talking about the Queen, right?
Of course.
So, Oh My Venus debuted in Season 4, made this play style stick and won championships over and over again with said technique. And what it is basically is a play style that revolves around healing and mobility. That's it.
Healing, mobility, debuffing, buffing.
That's right.
That's what we talk about when we say utility roam. And even Coach Imba DJ mentioned, talking about Spider Miles, that ever since Oh My Venus took a hiatus from professional play, Spider Miles is the closest that he's seen to a very, very consistent utility roamer. Reliable and excessively so. And Miles, even before, has really been vocal about it. He molded his game and was inspired by the Queen.
Douglas speaks the truth. Douglas is a W here.
Douglas.
Facts, gentlemen. That is right. We were talking about a team who introduced the utility meta to the world, and we're talking about a team who had the most consistent utility roamer in the world, and Imba DJ believes in him. Spider Mouse, if you we seen him back in the season with the glasses thing.
Does he have glasses? Yeah, he does.
Before, yeah, he does.
I'm still shocked to see OSX with his glasses. I didn't know he actually had to wear them.
Yeah, it's good for long games.
Part of me believes he just wants to wear them. But
yeah.
Again, yesterday, recap, Spider-Man's played Rafaela back-to-back to a sweeping win against TNC.
2-0.
So, I'm pretty sure Bonchan and the rest of their squad actually read into that and said, you know what, watch out for the Rafaela.
Yeah, it's like a non-stop meta composition. Like, if you want to babysit the gold lane, go ahead, we got you. So we're talking about the players. Now let's throw it over to Haji for this interview. Blacklist International for this one.
Di naman siya nakakapanibago sa akin kasi nung time na kasama ko pa si Ma'am Chu, si My Venus, nagtatank na talaga nun, so nagpapalitan kami. So siguro may adjustment lang na konti. Ganun. Iba na kasi ngayon yung rotation kung paano yung rotation ng tank So yun lang siguro aaralin ko, ganun. Tsaka yung batakin yung mga hero.
Thank you so much, Haji. And going back on what he said, he learned so much from Momshu, or Oh My Venus, back in the day that they were still the championship 5 of Blacklist International back in M3. So filling the role of Oh My Venus and Haji, now we call it the KD machine, it's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, and it's refreshing to see a player so admit their difficulties when it comes to their role. Haji did mention it's the new type of rotations for roamers right now that he still feels he needs to adjust to fully play to the maximum level.
And this is just but a few months ago, he was actually a mid laner. So
The transition, the responsibility, let's call it teams. But Marshall's first.
Yeah.
Here our marshals who will officiate this match. They ensure the fairness and integrity of our games. Jeff, Chico, Patrick, Wilbert. Fun fact about Wilbert, he likes to eat only rice after a basketball game.
Who doesn't? That's great.
Joey, Sa ESO, no? Ati! Zoe! New way! Oh, hell, lagi. No, lupit! Ganda ng, jersey. Yeah.
After a legendary battle against the reigning world champions last night, the Codebreakers are zeroed in on stopping the Tigers' momentum before it even began. If the world needs a reminder of who they are truly top tier. It's Blacklist International!
Angas.
They have made one thing undeniably clear. Every game, every point matters. Hunger, desire. They are hell-bent on winning every match to make it to the playoffs. Roar for MINANA EVOS! And welcome our coaches, Coach Bonchan and Coach Bitoy. MPL Arena, make some noise for our final match of the day!
First up, let's talk about the agents, the code breakers with their champion mindset. It's Blacklist International. Last night they came so close, really, really so close to taking a game off of AP Bren. And I'm pretty sure tonight they're able to let those lessons run through and try to stop MINANA EVOS' momentum, because again, they came from a sweeping win. I'm pretty sure Haji's gonna learn these new rotations to show Spider Miles what he's learned straight from the Queen.
And I'm pretty sure MINANA EVOS got a lot of lessons from their win. Lancey, Kaizen, Doming, Spider Miles, and an MVP, double MVP performance by Kirk in the EXP lane. Again, he was the biggest question yesterday. How will he fill in the shoes of Lord JM? He answered emphatically, well, damn near perfect. And I'm sure MINANA EVOS are happy with the performance of Kirk. But against Haji in the role, Spider Miles will need to show his experience and comfort in the role today.
That's a solid B plot for me. The Kirk versus Edward matchup. I want to see how those two duke it out.
EXPs, yeah. XP lanes, and also in comparison, as what Renmar and Leo said, something in the same page of these two teams have in common is filling in the shoes. It's all about how to make that perfect mix in order to make this lineup work, because there's so much like expectations and so much practice. Because if we say that there's some adjustments being made, well, these two teams had a different start yesterday, one coming in from a sweep, one coming in from a loss. So the question is, who will be more hungry to do it? Because again, they're up against Blacklist International, who has like more experience, and also they have this championship mindset. But this, in comparison as well with MINANA EVOS, they have this hunger. So it's probably still the same thing for me, and they want to get that championship right in their hands. But they start with a great regular season first.
And we got to see that hunger yesterday from MINANA EVOS. It's just that a lot of confidence in the rotation. It seems like every action not wasted. There always has to be a reason as to why they're doing something. That was one of my biggest issues with MINANA EVOS in the past few seasons. But now, today, they look good when they rotate around the map. Let's start things first off with Blacklist International with our Infinix keys to victory. Challenge Spider Miles hero pool. They got the Rafaela, Yeet, Minotaur, Yeet. Who else is there? Diggy, Yeet, anything that you can think of when it comes to the utility roamers, see if you can challenge that. Not necessarily ban it out. We don't need to hack a Miles, but just make sure that you ban or pick certain heroes to make playing things like the Matilda for Spider Miles difficult. For MINANA EVOS, this is a tough ask, but you got to out macro Black. But that's why I pointed out their macro rotations earlier, because they've clearly improved on it. If you're confident in your rotations, you will make Blacklist International struggle, or at least play a more reserved game. Flex your mental fortitude. MINANA EVOS, you know, you gotta have that thick skin. And Blacklist International, you know they already have that. But after a crazy war yesterday, I mean, even the best of the best will admit they can get tested by things like those.
It's that last point that really I'm going to hone in on. It's 3 seasons back-to-back of not making it to playoffs versus 30 minutes of last night's almost had it.
Yeah. I was on the edge of my seat back there just watching, showing and just looking at how Haji just makes it work with his Tigreal. So now we're looking at MINANA EVOS with a lineup could actually be consistent in Rafaela, could actually be tested, and how will they go up against this team this time around? Because if we check on how would they want to see things, a lot of ways to actually have this matchup is with the utility junglers. What will be the priority? You've mentioned the EXP, you mentioned the junglers, but let's see how this draft goes. What will be the priority of the team who's on the advantage of things?
All right, if it's blue side, I think either of these two teams would really like to prioritize the Matilda. I hope we'll see the Matilda there.
And again, speaking of the devil, it's still open.
Yeah,
completely
Who's gonna budge?
MINANA EVOS, if they decide to open up the Matilda, then that means they're going to be prepared for it. They're going to go for the counter punish. Heroes that can, if the Matilda decides to dive in or can match the vision and getting vision capability of the Matilda, is going to be showing up there in the first 2 picks in their priorities. The fact that Blacklist International taking Faramis out, oh yeah, they're not going to give the Matilda. Nolan's even gone.
You've mentioned that they don't need to do the Hack-a-Miles thing, but Blacklist International banning the Angela, Minotaur, and the Faramis?
Yep, that's half a Hack-a-Miles.
That's just the first phase.
Yeah, exactly. So, let's see what it'll be. The hunt begins, and it is the Ruby. this is probably still gonna be a role pickup there for Haji. So MNNE Evos, they're gonna Arlo, yeah.
They pick up the Arlo.
Arlo's available.
Arlo Minnow.
Arlo Vex.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Vex against a Ruby. Very good of a matchup.
So it's Arlo / Minnow with a Vex.
Yeah. No, Minnow's banned.
Yep. Oh, so
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
Arlo Vex. Unless Claude. I just want to see.
3 series in a row just begging for Claude.
I want to clip
Or
that.
you know what? Let's go crazy. Arlo X Borg.
This early on?
For MINANA?
Oh, wait, no, but it's Spider Miles. So the Arlo's going to go XP. Yeah. It's Arlo Nova.
Oh,
Arlo Nova. Yeah.
Still a strong way. You have vision, or you have vision. You have a great way of poke with the Navaria, as well as the all-time favorite final slash and team fights. So we have the XP matchup you were kind of expecting.
Yeah.
So how is going to make this solid for BLACKLIST International? So wait,
The Vex.
the Vex as well. Also the Barretts is open.
Vex.
The Barrage is not the automatic go-to.
Yeah.
But that's an XPCC confirmed. XPCC, Rome, Ruby, and then you have the Vex in the hands of Yue here. Gento.
You're right. Carry maybe. Let's see. I feel like a carry would be okay here.
Carry's good.
Pop up. Yeah.
Carry's good, or invest in a jungler and then choke out Sensui and the bans.
Oh, that makes sense.
They've already done it. They took out the Joy and the
The
Nolan.
Nolan.
Yeah, like
Sorry,
that.
Nolan.
They could go Martis Boxer.
Sana wins game.
But then I also am not going to turn off the idea of MNNE Evos picking up an Akai. There's a comfort for... Oh, that means they can take away a Sensui hero without having to ban it.
Yeah. So again, I think I like the Akai. Kaizen's great.
yeah.
Kaizen has been rocking Akai since season 10, man.
Yeah. That's a Kaizen comfort. So now they're going to be banning things out, probably like the Fredrin, and what else is next in the hero pool of
The box.
Sensui? The box. Yeah.
Or the Baratsu, Francis.
Oh yeah,
France is sad though.
They'll still be available.
Yeah.
So if BLACKLIST International are
Viper tiers.
banning something like a carry, I think that's a tell that they're going to be picking Barretts later.
Oh, I wonder if Coach Bitoy is on the same wavelength. Because look, Bonchan's thinking about it already.
Like, ooh, guys, we got kind of pinched there.
I like it. These are one of the few strengths that Red side has. But do note, again, just as a read of the current metagame, teams prefer blue. Like, if you're home and it's your choice, game 1 to choose, you always go blue. That's what happened to BLACKLIST International here.
Yeah, and also to think that you've been mentioning the Claude Renmar, so a bit of a way to just balance things against BLACKLIST International possible damage lineup. So I think that's one way to just trim it down. Specifically on the Diggy, well, it's so they're kind of forcing things around because Lancey is on the Navaria yesterday.
Yep.
Yeah.
So either they want to do things with their first 2 picks because for the Baksha, either one of which is gonna go with the Fredrin.
Yeah. No, this is straight up Hack Miles. BLACKLIST International are banding like a team playing against BLACKLIST International.
The RAF or the S.
There.
So they're allowing the Estes or the RAF.
Yeah.
To exist, no, just like look in the mirror.
Yeah, good thing you mentioned the Estes. That is available for Spider-Miles and MNNE Evos, and they play a respectable Estes game too.
It's not bad. I actually like it because again, you're expecting already for your opponents to clump up as a CC.
Yeah.
It counters that approach into the team fight. So it's a wash.
So I'm guessing Fred or Barretts for Sensui. And then gold laner, well, we'll see.
It's so weird going into the second phase with no gold laners.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different approach as well. Maybe it's just how they want to play things against MNNE Evos. Because there's similarity of how they do things in the draft is just the same.
Brody Bruno, I feel like, are going to be what they're going to be playing for. Unless someone wants to go Harith, but
Brody.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
Brody. Then they'll go Bruno plus the Fred.
Okay, so this is
or
a
the
good...
Barats.
Or the Barats, yeah.
Still good.
Oh! Right.
Okay.
Got nerfed recently, but they don't care.
I still believe that Nathan is still he's one of the heroes that's still underrated. Still underrated, still just OP in a way.
He's not really underrated.
Nathan?
He's very good.
I saw it.
He's very rated.
Yeah.
Oh, M3.
It's just my feeling. Some
Nathan.
people, well, in my game, some people just don't use it. And okay.
Hold up.
This could be a
Nathan Jungle.
Nathan Jungle gold lane CC?
Yes.
What?
Oh,
Yes,
Nathan,
I've seen this before.
Nathan
I've
Jungle.
seen, no, maybe in my games, but
Hold the front
Jungle
door.
CC.
Jungle CC.
Ruby.
Jungle Ruby? No.
No,
Ruby
Nate.
jungle.
I'm
No,
looking
no.
at Nate and
Let's
Jungle.
go, Ruby jungle.
No.
But they don't take
I
a
miss the
lot of-
Punisher.
I suddenly miss Nicolas Cage. I don't know why.
The Beast. Not the Beast.
So Ruby jungle.
All right.
Ruby jungle
Now
for
what's
sure.
Miles to play? He has the
Rafa,
Rafaela, yes, this.
Estes
Or
is so
do
tough.
they dig deep now? Do they show us something new?
Oh,
the Rafaela.
Nothing changes.
Is he gonna go 3 for 3? Is that what he's going for here?
It is. So it's a jungler, Nate.
It's a gold lane Ruby? No.
Yes.
Oheb.
What? Well, it's hovering in our screens.
Fighter side for Blacklist?
Well, it does make
side.
sense because you're putting a Nathan in the jungle.
I guess. Again, you could have just switched up either way, the Ruby or the CC.
Yeah.
I would have just assumed it would have been XP CC because she needs more items sooner.
Yeah.
So gold CC
Gold
rather.
CC.
Oh man, I don't know.
I'm excited. I just want to go in the head of the game and just see how this choices of Blacklist International go.
I'm here for it because every series tonight push the envelope of what's possible in the metagame.
Yeah.
This is just Blacklist's version of that.
I am just excited. It's game number 1. It's Blacklist International versus MNNE Evos on the last series of the day. Who will bounce back? Who will be consistent from yesterday's game? We're about to find out on where that CC or Nate is going to land. Yeah, it's a gold lane Ruby.
Okay. I mean,
Gold lane Ruby.
Just off the top, I'm pretty sure this is not the first time we've seen this. There may have been at least 1 or 2 gold lane rubies in the history of MPL PH.
Yeah.
Because we felt it before, and I'm pretty sure people watching at home have experienced it in their ranked games where a Ruby who gets a snowball is just super difficult to go up against, nigh unkillable sometimes, and actually deals a fair bit amount of damage. So this is going to be a full damage Ruby that we're going to see.
Yeah, a different step 2 for Oheb with this fighter pick. But look at this. It's just my excitement for this Nathan, this Sensui on this Nathan jungle. It'll take some time for him to get activated.
Yep. Haji here. It's a face full of magic damage. Put the half health. Quick item build up on you with the penetration boots. It will at least allow for them to pick a fair fight.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what the rotations of Blacklist will be in terms of how often will they actually help Oheb in the gold lane, because it's not going to be the easiest time for Ruby to go up against a Brody, or actually to put it more specifically, to stop a Brody from being able to farm comfortably.
Also to think
Rush
that
Dreadnought, Ruby.
As you should.
Yeah.
it's a good hero as well for doming in the gold lane, because I believe Brody is like one of the heroes that actually go in a head-to-head 1-1 against any assassin with this corrosive strike.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing to survive the lane.
Yeah,
And you're
of course.
paired with Spider Miles to just survive everything and heal.
And the range difference. Let's see. Things might change in the lane once they're both level 4 and they both have like their first item. Maybe then we'll see just how much it'll fare for a gold lane Ruby. But yeah, Sensui and this Nathan rotating really quickly. Able to match the rotational speed somewhat of Keizen Sakai.
Originally, it was Sensui first to the scene, but now Keizen resumes the take. Lancy with an amazing Astral Echo. Spots 4. Turtle at half health. Edward here pushing on forward. Threatening damage on the Keizen. Keizen still has a heavy spin, mind you. Check it out. Pulls the trigger in retry range. Scored for MNNE Evos. Now it's just Kirk. Kirk against the world versus 3. Haji
Jungle
and
Nathan.
Ewan. They back off. No kills just yet, but the Tigers score.
And no commitment to the first objective of the game. Blacklist International just completely checking the vision there and just, hey, you guys doing it? Okay, go ahead. Why?
Well, they were in the right position. MNNE Evos already had the bodies there to contest that strongly. They are running a marksman type of jungler, so of course you want to play it safely. Blacklist International to me made the right decision. Question for them is, when are they going to do one of their signature 2-3 splits? We either in Turtle 2, Turtle 3. When are the side lanes going to switch? If ever they are going to. Let's see what happens.
Uh-oh, watch out.
What?
Pulled in. Plus the I'm offended. Purify popped by the gold laner from MNNE Evos. And no dice. They all back off.
Yeah, they look like that was right at the tip of the hitbox.
Yeah,
right
you
there
seen
at the
it too,
tip.
right?
Yeah.
He went up with a ride, but eventually walked away.
Yeah. It's like Haji had, like Tigreal had a really long arm. It's like, no, get over here.
No!
Maybe it's just the skin. Maybe he has long, invisible arms like you need to be wary about.
What kind of fanfiction have you been
down
reading?
bottom, Sensui in trouble. There's a vengeance by Kirk. Edward
Oh,
body
shit.
blocking. Wow!
Almost.
Sensui survives in a slither of hell.
The etymology of his name, Edward, the guardian of wealth.
Almost, bro.
The old Latin word, ward.
Oh.
I don't know
you.
how accurate that is, but I read it somewhere on the internet
You know,
years ago.
You really learn new
Sometimes
things
all
every
you
day.
gotta do is say things confidently and people will believe you. That's why I'm an analyst.
Flicker in plus the implosion, displacing Doming one more time. Second time does the trick. Doming falls. Spider Miles walking away.
Surprise!
A perfect combo initiation, and that's just Oheb. Rocket Derby gold lane surprise, Renmar.
Okay, let's see now if Blacklist will commit into this next objective. No implosion for Haji. Edward starting things off. Kirk still waiting for that final slash.
Astral
Okay,
Echo
Kizen.
spots two. And putting Sensui here in trouble. Gets the old displacing himself. Heavy spin. The vengeance. The dash. The final flash. Kirk takes down Sensui. The Cardinal one going to be out for this turtle take. Miles and Kirk buying time. Here
You're
comes
dead.
Lancy Kazin with as far of a pull as possible in this current metagame where the turtle dance isn't quite as wide. They have to back off. Interesting. That single pickoff just deterred MINANA EVOS from taking the second turtle.
This is the problem when you have the Nathan on your side. You might not want to pair it either with the Flicker, but this time it's in the jungle. You need to be aware of the spaces that you don't want to get peeled right off the bat, especially in the early game. You would really want to get that first and second item in, because if you want to survive that, there's a lot of places you can do, even from the ultimate and the second skill of a Nathan. It could be unstoppable once the snowball gets rolling, but right now we're just seeing the respect of Sensui, Kirk, and just completely letting his teammates do the work.
Ooh, how about another turtle take? One more attempt here. Kazin pulling the trigger on the heavy spin. The implosion for Haji. No one home. Turtle scored once more by MINANA EVOS. 2 for 2.
So it will be very difficult here for Blacklist International to get any of these early game objectives. It looks like they might have to make a play for the later portions of the game. But let's see if Blacklist International can get a kill or a tower break either on any of the sides. By the way, MPL PH Season 12 stats leader, total kills 184.
184 for the Filipino sniper. Playing from day one up until the grand finals. This is a team fight waiting to happen. Top lane.
Gold
but
Ruby.
one cart. A lot of damage caught there by Oheb and Yue. MINANA EVOS walking away. There's more to be done elsewhere.
Well, speaking of vision and getting information from MINANA EVOS, the presence of Lance Yellow using all of those ultimates. Oh wait, hold that thought.
Hodge gets
Spider Miles
caught by the Holy Baptism, stopping the
That
advance. You
is,
were saying, Francis.
Yeah, just looking at the way they're getting information about things. At this point in time of the game, there's no turrets taken left. It only shows that both of these two teams have a way to... Oh wait, no, there's one taken, sorry. Down bottom by from MINANA EVOS. So this is one thing they also need to consider. That's why the pressure right now is on the gold lane. How will they give space for Doming having one death from the early minutes of the game?
But they don't need to do much to actually give him space except just rotate a little bit, because anywhere else in the map, the Blacklist jungle is struggling to get any major objectives. And even though, yeah, they lost that tower in the bottom lane, I mean, it's still really close. Doming isn't really struggling that much. So now just go with him. And I think that's what the Rafael is doing.
Oh, an Astral Echo. Sensui here with the entropy, switching it up, dodging that big ult from Kazin. Could have been disastrous. 10 seconds until the next turtle.
Yeah, you called that ultimate perfectly, because it has a question mark in the end.
Right at the end there.
Oh, Edward. Just using the yo-yos to get those...
Oh, look at this
down
fight
top.
up top, though. Haji, Oheb, and Yue pushing him way deep behind Tier 1. And now another fight breaks out. There's the push finally up top. Tier 1 in the gold lane. Final slash.
Just
Someone
Sensui.
home.
Just
Kirk
Sensui.
misses. Last turtle scored by the Cardinal 1.
And that's the name.
Oh, Doming pops the torn apart memory. Fade away, survives. Backing off. Now orange buff in jeopardy here. I wonder if they know. And there's a flicker. I'm offended. Doming's in trouble. There's the stun. And there's the echoes. They know there's 3 here. Oheb's in trouble. One more time. Looking for the ult. It's still on cooldown. The Filipino sniper walks away.
Still safe. A lot of bodies covered as well. Haji and Yue still managed to protect that. Wow.
Skedaddled.
MNNE Evos are gonna have to play really carefully now because one big team fight loss means a big big spike in power for the members of Blacklist International. Interesting choice. Well, it makes a lot of sense. You don't want to go full carry here. You already have 2 more with you dealing damage. Brute Force Breastplate as the second item after the Feather of Heaven for the Nathan. Interesting choice, but again, makes a lot of sense.
Here we go. Entropy already used up. Kirk catches one final slash on to Agent Zero, and they back off. Gentlemen, I've noticed something. Over the past maybe 3 or 4 minutes, if Haji misses an ult, it's okay. He's a roamer. If Kirk misses, Black punishes hard. That's what I've noticed so far, and that's what allowed Black to maybe barrel over 2,000.
That's a good point to actually expand, because to look at the tank or a setup from MNNE Evos, Kurt could actually be the only one, could be in the front line of Blacklist International, even get them by surprise. But the problem is, if he's too soft enough, who's going to be the follow-up? And Spider-Man is going to be there to just regen, but that's going to be 2 members falling down.
That too. It's exacerbated by the fact that I think Blacklist knows how Spider-Miles moves, and Spider-Miles can't do Spider-Miles things.
Yeah, he's not at the front of the pack, he's at the center of the pack. It's like whoever is going to go first, either Kirk or Kaizen, Spider-Miles is going to be right behind them. He's going to be like the second line of defense alongside whoever frontliner didn't go first. And because of more damage on the side of Blacklist International, more dive, this might be again just a classic idea of overwhelm your opponent.
And there's a catch by the MVP machine, and now Kirk in trouble. I'm abandoned by Oheb. Kirk's in trouble. Down he goes, and Sui gets the kill. And just like that, MNNE Evos are lacking one major part of their lineup. No final slash, not for 20 seconds, and Blacklist makes the call. Let's go for the Lord here. Haji putting up a boundary. Kaizen forced to use the heavy spin. Edward backing off. They know there's 4 members of MNNE Evos here just watching. Lord scored by the Cardinal one. Blacks International winning.
That could have been disastrous for Blacklist International. The Lord got pulled a little bit. A stray star shatter. But yeah, Nathan finds his way back to the jungle. The last time we saw it, MPL Philippines Season 8 LP Finals, Omega and Blacklist International.
Oh, okay.
Look at that! From the back, Kaizen didn't see that coming. Gets knocked up, survives, but only for a little bit more. With 1 HP, he walks away. Torn apart memory! Taken down Sensui, and Doming gets one over Blacklist. Shutdown Gold scoring them, closing the gap just about 1,000 ahead.
You know what this feels like? It feels like Coach Bonchan and the rest of the coaching staff of Blacklist International went back to their old, maybe theory crafting of, hey guys, I wonder what it'd be, how would we want to draft against a team that wants to play like us? And I think this is the answer. They have multiple ways to set up with the Ruby, the Eternal Guard of Vixana, and then of course the Tigreal as well. How Oheb and Haji are juggling that responsibility of setup, and yes, the gold laner doing that, while overwhelming them. Main sources of damage is magic. MNNE Evos haven't built up the right items for that, but then at the same time you have to worry about the physical damage of the Ruby and the CC. Wow, I'm at a loss for words. It's a great strat.
Yeah. Blacklist International are world champions for a reason. If you have the championship mindset, you better go back, even in the old drawing books or even the draft books, like how we all started. This is how we made us this.
Is it not Blacklist who also pioneered the XP lane, gold lane switch up? Yep. Wherein you try to win the lane with a hero that usually does not go in there? Again, I love it. It's a magnum opus, a well thought out understanding of how damage and how engagements work. Oh, close call. The entropy switch up. I mean, Sensui's done this countless times now in this 12-minute game.
Yeah, and we're not saying the Blacklist International thought up of this double fighter side. Of course not. But the fact that they're playing it now here, and if you want a good reference of that, again, I have to call back to our friends in MDL Philippines Season 3, TSCZ4 versus RSG El Ganador. They did this. Double fighter sides, somewhat of a hyper carry-ish type of jungler. Not always a marksman, sometimes even just another fighter. Overwhelm your opponents with crowd control and bodies, to the point where they break their formation. They forget about their backline. They just get, again, keyword overwhelm.
If anything, counting even Sensui, all of them have CC. Some level of crowd control.
Yeah. And they have CC.
Literally 2.
Yes,
So you
CC.
count 6. 7. Eternal Guard.
Oh, yeah.
I'll see myself at the door, thanks.
That's too much bodies.
No, don't please stay.
All right.
Okay, going back.
Enhanced Lord here spawned. Top half of the map. Edward pushing forward, takes the pixel brush. Spider Miles taking the one east of such. Spots Edward. Haji here, thinking about it, does have the flicker implosion in case it's needed.
Yeah.
And Minana Evo's just clearing the waves. They're just making sure that they're ready some way, somehow. Because, again, it's not that big of a gold lead. When it comes to firepower, Minana Evo's can actually clap back. It's just, again, the amount of things they can do. It's the CC overload.
Yeah.
Look at how Haji, you and Oheb are always trying to stick together. They really want to make the most out of their combo.
Yeah. How will the combo work though? The Spider-Man is completely sustaining everybody here in the second Lord of the game. Oh, I'm picking up the Anticuras as well. So completely Blacklist International. They need to hold on what they have started in the early stages of the game. And one mistake from MNNE Evos could actually break another turret defense from their base.
I can hear the music. The Lord Dance is about to pop off. Kaizen not letting go. Hard reset here. And now they're pushing forward. Oh, we're about to take that river brush. Oh, the final slash on the Haji. The knockup from the Lord. Down he goes. Doming takes him. And now it's a 4v5. Eternal Guard coming in. Kaizen and Miles knocked up, but for only a second more. Lord here, less than half health. They're keeping it up. This is as far a pull as possible in this current metagame. Sensui hit the face full of Lancey's magic. And now Edward calling him back off. It looks like Blacks International going to let it go. Lancey with the Astral Echoes for the first time in a while. A convincing Lord take from MNNE Evos.
Amazing formation from MNNE Evos. Just how Lancey made that ultimate. He literally created a wall, a beeline against Blacklist International. You do not pass this line.
Kirk, again, on this Arlot. Again, back-to-back MVP performances by this young man. Where have you been all this time, Kirk? He opened up the floodgates there. And he is also rocking Rome boots. But I don't think they have the encourage from that, right? No, they don't. Yeah, they do not.
It's double Rome setup now.
Yeah, the double Rome setup.
Miles has favor.
Okay, so I kind of thinking how Blacklist would actually pull this off, because if we think
8 out of 10. The Filipino side.
That's so familiar. This is the third time.
Exactly. What did I not say? There was 1 or 2 times. Now the fight breaks out in the bottom lane. I'm offended by Oheb. Kirk gets it, but the Lord falls first. Eternal Guard also a little bit of extra to save that inhibitor down bottom.
See?
This could break out. MNNE Evos have another big wave down bottom, and that turret is looking mighty fine for the taking. Quick Star Shatter thrown out. Astral Echoes as well. Another pull. Kirk with the final slash, displacing Oheb. Haji takes a good amount of damage too. The Filipino Scyther falls here. A big pickup for MNNE Evos, and they're not done. Edward here taking damage. Finally, the inhibitor falls. Base penetrated. Blacklist reeling.
Still holding through. The amount of space damage Kirk calling in the right direction of the final slash is putting Blacklist International off guard.
Yeah, and now Blacklist International, can they defend? Well, they will be able to defend this, but I think we're starting to see problems for the lineup.
Whoa! Look at that! Another final slash from Kirk! And it's on Haji. Luckily for all the agents out there, it's on Haji, and he survives. I gotta say, anytime Kirk's ult is off of cooldown, nobody's safe, not even underneath an inhibitor. And now Doming barreling away. I'm offended from Oheb the pull. Doming survives. Another final slash. MNNE Evos. Recall, retreat, recollect.
Wow, a lot of great ways of MNNE Evos opening the base of Blacklist International. Haji on that flicker cooldown. Who's going to be the front line now for this team? Like, in this state of the game, as you said, it still could be MNNE's game if they even clap back at the right moment. And this is the time on how they want to roar back.
Yeah, the thing for Blacklist International is they need to reach that Brody. Doming really hurts. Full build already on him. And one of the problems, though, is that MNNE, similar to how they played against TNC, they're protecting Doming really well. Spider Miles.
It's a 3D effect, man.
3D effect.
Doming don't die.
Doming don't die indeed.
Triple D.
And he's helped out really well by Spider Miles, maximizing his baptism to get that stop, to get those stuns. And Kaizen also making the most of the heavy spins. So literally MINANA EVOS, their fundamental and their main principle is so simple. Do everything you can to protect Doming. All your abilities must stop what Blacklist wants to do.
Oh, right now I'm just feeling how Sensui wants to get this major objective for Blacklist International.
Sorry, I just have to say, look at where Haji and OHEB are though. This could be a disastrous moment for MINANA EVOS if this is successful. Could he play to the Star Shatter? See OHEB is my biggest question.
That's a bush full of crowd control. Now Edward gets a few beads on him. OHEB and Haji still not moving out of that bush. They're retreating. They're moving back and forth. Now it's just Haji. OHEB has joined Sensui and Edward here. You are keeping control of the river bush. Both teams hard reset.
I am just...
Oh! He finds him!
Spotted!
Spotted! What a read by Lancey!
Lancey's on a whole nother level, man.
You actually saw Haji transfer to that shrub. Lancey as well going back, and he tosses Star Shatter there. He knows what Haji wanted to do. What a play, man.
Game sense. Lancey on this Novera.
He used the force.
Yeah. And he felt it. And it's strong. Another beeline.
Again?
Final Slash was missed.
No one home. Now it looks like the call from Blacklist. Do we engage? Yue at half health. If he gets caught out once, just but once by Doming's combo. Oh! Lancey with Doming on the finish. That's one off. Yue taken down. 5 members of MINANA collapse onto this Lord. It's an evolved Lord. The Tigers are hungry.
That was a combo finisher, torn apart Star Shatter.
That is just completely, I can go the distance. And Doming says that, reaching the distance of the damage, torn apart memory, and they can't even soak up that much.
Let's see the torn apart Star Shatter once more time.
Boom! Wow!
Star Shatter first. Didn't even need to mark him.
I don't blame you. Even if you flickered away, you still would have died.
Yep. Yeah. Man was just doing his job. He just wanted to clear the wave, but Lancey, with that one little moment there, a lot of people will make a, of course, fight for Kirk potentially even becoming an MVP again. But I feel like that was a MVP-worthy sequence by Lancey.
Yeah, no, this is Lancey's breakout game.
Wow.
I'm a Lancey believer. Here we go. Oh, huge Astral Echo spots. They displaced Haji. Chases zip code, and now he's forced to back off. Catches an Astral Echo. The Lord collapsing on to Blacks International. They do clear very quickly, but they do lose inhibitor. Top lane. It's a bare base left for the agents, and MINANA EVOS are far from done.
Okay, they still have wave clear, still have Sensui with them, but the waves are just pushing in. But the problem is, Haji just used this flare.
Oh, I'm offended. It was Miles. He lets go, pops a Purify, another huge off angle. Oh, Astral Echo popping Kirk's immortality. Haji gonna go down here. Kirk gets taken down as well. 1-for-1 so far the trades. In comes Sensui, does not have the entropy, and they are gonna continue 4-man defense. Blacklist successfully kicking out MINANA, but only for now. Huge wave coming through mid. Bottom lane gonna get delayed. What's the call from MINANA?
They do. Do they continue the sequence? Or without Kirk, do they lose an integral part? Yes, they do not want to risk it. They will hover around the base of Blacklist International.
Will they?
Lancey.
Potentially, maybe force an error out of Blacklist.
Dude, all of Lancey's Astral Echoes at least catches 3. At least! And I'm offended. From OHEB, wrong target. Kaizen's very chunky.
Yeah, the only thing that they could rely on for crowd control right now is the setup of Haji. And most of the times, once Kirk sees potential to take Haji on the finals, he takes it. It puts Haji in a tough position to just use it, and he just wants to escape. And even the a lot of resources used. The most important thing that they'll actually work is just a great combo from Haji and OHEB. But how could they even soak up the front line? It's just too hard. Even for Sensui. Positioning so much, it's so much important right now for Blacklist International.
Yeah, Kirk is one of the biggest props of starting out for Blacklist again because of it seems like every time Lancey gives him info, Kirk is ready to follow up. Or anyone else from the members of MINANA are ready to follow up. Usually it's Kirk. He'll start it off and then Lancey will burst in. Lancey will get info and then Kirk will just be able to find a slash entry in. But Blacklist International have been watching out for that more. the sequence where Kirk fell down, he actually took 3 tries before he got to finally get a good final slash off at 4, but here comes the Lord.
Oh no, that might have been a flub. That 3-man gang down bottom sent Blacklist towards the Lord. I think they read into that diversion. They saw that, hey, these 3 here, they don't really mean to take us down.
Oh.
They're actually distracting us from this Lord take. Huge Astral Echo one more time. Catches 4, almost 5. You have barely missed out there. The Lord dance continues.
Haji!
Approaching half health. Haji here, gonna get his immortality pop. K's in with the heavy spin, displacing Imam. And there's the torn apart memory from downtown. Domin gets 1 more. And now Kirk dashes on out. Sensui gets 1. The trade so far. Rover, 4 XP laner. Oheb backing off. Oheb has low immortality.
Dropping low.
Just missed by the Astral Echo. Now Astral Echo misses. Immortality and Oheb just come off of cooldown. Both teams missing out. 1 key member. MINANA Evos keeps up the Lord take. Kaizen calls it.
Must be really heartbreaking there for Blacklist International. Haji went in for it. Blacklist, they're not going to give up on this Lord.
Oh, here
The Purify is down for Doming.
Abun Jing Jing. Doming's very, very vulnerable for the first time in a while.
Minions.
They can force it. The ult from Edward.
Waves
thrown
coming
out.
through, though.
Slow Lord take here. Slow dance coming up. A retribution on Sensui, but it's a very difficult situation. This is not a Nolan. You can't just steal the way you usually do unless he does spotted by Lancy.
They know where he is.
And another Astral Echo.
Wow,
Oh heaven,
wow.
Sensui in vision. MINANA Evos, they know what to do here. They just have to be able to position themselves. Edward
10 seconds, minions.
dueling with Spider Miles. In comes UL looking for that big,
Who gets
big EG. Taking it one more time. The Cardinal one with another unbelievable Lord steal.
At the most important part of comeback, Sensui on point, getting the major objective for Blacklist International.
This is what I said yesterday. Sensui usually gets 5 on average per season of crazy Lord takes, Lord steals at crazy moments. That's now 3 in 2 days. He had 2 last night and another one right now. How the hell even? We have to track the movements of Sensui here. He casts the entropy and then he waits. Will he teleport away at the right time?
Oh,
He does.
yes. So that's how he went there.
Wow.
He, instead of using the entropy to escape, I'm going to go there, go near. That's my clue. I'm taking this objective for my
It's
team.
a catch-22. Again, you get knocked up by the Eternal Guard, and you have to keep tabs on Sensui. What do? You kill him or you stop him from getting the retribution? That's way too many decisions to make in the split second that Blacklist's jungler made the call. Blacklist, top-tier communications, top-tier clutch moment objective decision-making.
Here we go again. 26 minutes and counting. Defendable for MINANA Evos. Blacklist International, they can't fall into the trap of just throwing bodies and doing everything they can to end the game right away. Wave clear, push. MINANA Evos has tools. They still have to be careful.
Lord crashing in, the
Unless-
pull, and the combo. Kaizen forced to use the heavy spin, and now Kirk comes in. The tower goes down. The turret gets taken down.
And the
Kirk
boat.
has fallen as well. It's a 5v4. Lord gets taken down. No waves from Blacklist. They're 10k ahead. Item
boat.
juggling, going to be very difficult. Kaizen has an immortality. OM has an immortality. OM comes in. I'm offended. Popping the immortality on said Panda.
With the truncheon.
The winner truncheon juggle from Kaizen survives with the shields, but Edward takes him down. And now the Eternal Guard overwhelmed, overloaded, decoded. Game 1 goes to Blacklist.
The comeback is real for the code. Naden is the game, but that is just Sensui completing the final key. I told you, man, Naden last game or late game, man, he still wins. And in the hands of Sensui, we need a highlight for that.
MINANA Evos committed the cardinal sin, losing track of Sensui. And with another crazy Lord steal, his 3rd in 2 nights, Blacklist. Wow.
Now I'm even more insecure. Now I'm afraid I'm never taking Lord unless I know where Sensui is.
He never even, in the first 3 turtles, even the second Lords, he never just, hey, I'm just gonna take a peek. No, he was just maintaining his distance because he knew he could get peeled off right away.
What even is this? I'm used to, again, assassins going for Lord Steals. Akai's. Fredrin's going for Lord Steals. But Nathan!
Nathan has been my star taker in my Mythic games. So, I'm telling you, man. Sensui, Blacklist International. That's the identity.
You're just saying words at this point, man.
Yeah. I am just completely amazed at how it was completely...
Stand by. Stand. Wipes. Tolak.
Gallery.
Roxanne. It's a great song, by the way, by the Police.
Okay.
Yep.
I like the Fall Out Boy cover.
They did?
Check it out.
All right.
Renmar,
Sure.
it's your time.
Sure. All right. I'll try my best to say something smart because, wow. I wonder why. Of course, we know why he's the MVP. I don't need to explain it. Sensui does it. It all began. My analysis will be different. I'm gonna tell y'all a story. It all began in MPL Philippines Season 10 when he used the Karina, utilizing that little phantom shadow thing a Karina leaves behind with her ultimate, played it like a Hayabusa to steal a Lord away. That's where the legend of Sensui's crazy Lord steals began. And then eventually the balloon into him stealing away the Lords 4 versus 1. He did that in S11 or S12 against RSG. Last night, he was able to steal the Lord twice under the noses of AP Bren as a Nolan. And then now as a Nathan. Sensui, there's a reason why we call him the Zen Master. It just seems he seems like unaffected, unfazed by the most stress-inducing situations. When the game and the world tells him, no, you can't, Sensui says, I already did. And on the back of that Lord Steal, they were able to win this game. Again, going back into it, Entropy, used it, teleport in, steal it away. And Blacklist, because they were able to get the pick off onto Kirk beforehand, they could do what I thought they couldn't do, which is just throw bodies to end the game. If it was a 5v5, there was still a chance for MINANA Evos to defend that. But as Blacklist International got the pick off first, they punished Kirk wanting to get in the final slash. And again, we have to acknowledge Blacklist's adjustment when it comes to dealing with Kirk. They waited for him more and more. They realized this guy's been final slashing us all throughout the game. So we're gonna make him work for it. And then they punished him near the end there. 27 minutes. Again, this lineup of Blacklist International, as shown in the factoid earlier, this wasn't the first time OHEB would go into the gold lane as Ruby. Goes back to the classic principle, and when you're playing a marksman in the jungle, you want to field 2 fighters in the side lanes to give room for that marksman. Because, again, the classic idea of, because your side lanes are both fighters, they can just clear and rotate to help the mid. In this game, we saw a version of that where an OHEB would act as sort of like the EXP laner because of how he played the Ruby alongside Haji. Edward played it more like like an XP laner too, but it's as if you had 2 EXP laners and then just set everything up for Sensui and Yue, mostly dealing magic damage. Again, MINANA Evos did nothing wrong here. Well, it wasn't a perfect game, but at the end of the day, it's just Sensui just did Sensui things. They turned the game around eventually with the lineup that they had. Doming eventually had to catch up. Blacklist International couldn't catch Doming. They kept getting caught off by Kirk. Lancy went on an MVP-worthy sequence. 7 total assists, highest damage dealt as well by that man. If this was another game, it was him getting named MVP. But the fact that it was Sensui, and because of what happened, the story tells itself.
There's a concept in mixed martial arts I'm gonna throw back to Joe Rogan and Mike Goldberg.
Right.
Whenever a fighter gets hit, and it's just but one hit, right? They get rocked. There's no reason for a fighter to lose just because of but one moment.
Yeah.
But that Lord Steal, I think MINANA Evos got rocked.
Yeah.
And then everything just crumbled. That's what it looked like for me.
Yeah, it's like the moment where Joe Rogan goes, oh!
Yeah.
Right?
There's a fighter who just went, ooh.
And you just need to brave the storm. You just need to know how to take the punches in the first phase of challenge. Because right now, assemble your own community tournament and be part of the E Project, esports for everyone, and show the world you're impeccable. Esports prowess.
Enjoy tournament access mode, free in-game items, diamonds, and more. You can register by scanning the QR code down below. This right here. Scan that.
The project esports for everyone, and I believe every region and country has their own versions as well. So yeah, check it out, please.
Again, just a little bit of a secret for all of y'all watching overseas. The reason why a lot of us here are so good at MLBB, and again, that's why we create the world champions year after year, is because of a very strong grassroots community.
Yeah,
so get in that.
All of these players had humble beginnings, and you could actually be one. So don't forget to scan the code if you're in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So right now, let's throw it over to our host back on our stage, Mara and Hans. Let's see how this goes heading into game number 2.
We need a little bit of an inside scoop for Blacklist International. Kaya kasama natin ngayon ang kanilang team correspondent, Danica Suazo. Danica, what's up?
Hello, so yun, it's good to be back here sa MPL kasi ang tagal nating inabangan to.
Speaking of inabangan, a lot of people were anticipating this matchup kontra sa MINANA EVOS. A very long game, pero yung
7
Ruby
minutes.
ni Oheb, nakakagulat yun. Biglaan ba yun?
Actually dito, biglaan sa MPL PH, pero matagal na nilang pinapractice yung Ruby ni Oheb and matagal na rin nilang gustong ilabas talaga. So, buti nanalo yung Ruby.
At
Gold
meron
ring
ka
ni
ba bang
Oheb.
inside scoop in terms of ano nga ba yung pagkakaiba ng Blacklist ngayon in terms of mga heroes?
Ngayon, ang Blacklist, mag-ready kayo kasi mag-focus na din sila sa mga more on utility heroes. So,
Utility heroes.
Yeah.
Okay, ngayon mag-ready kami.
Alright.
Kasi kailangan natin marinig yung mga fans ng Blacklist International.
That's right.
Danica, how about you lead the cheer?
Okay. Guys, energy energy.
Oh, energy daw, energy.
Alam kong kabisado nyo na to. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Blacklist! Break the code! Okay.
One more time. Gusto ka ba? More.
Let's go. Blacklist!
Break the code! And there you have it. One final message from Blacklist International habang nakikinig sila sa'yo.
Watch it right there.
Good luck, guys. So, 2-0 na natin to.
Guys, Gigi, nagloloko yung live ko.
Babalikan tayo sa ating casters. Fast up.
Thank you so much, Mara and Hans. And that was Danica, the defending correspondent champion of the season with Blacklist International.
Yep, I hear that she had an insight. Again, for those of you who didn't understand, right? Like, again, she spoke in Tagalog. They've been planning to play
GG, guys.
the Ruby on Oheb for a while now. So they're glad that it won.
And they're happy. And again, this team has been trying to recover on how they could have the perfect mix and lineup into this meta. Because again, if we try to bring back the story on how Blacklist International want to go back and bring back the championship mindset, I think it's all about going back to the roots. And then for this kind of change with the Ruby Gold Lane, Fighter Gold Lane, trying to pioneer something in Season 13, Blacklist International.
Yeah, because of the mad mind of Coach Bonchan, Blacklist International